Well, hello. Hi.
Happy birthday to you.
Well, I appreciate everybody wearing their happy birthday Rizz shirts.
Your actual birthday.
You're welcome.
My actual birthday today, yeah. Which I would think would be the only day that nobody would say happy birthday.
Oh, we're going to say it.
Oh, yeah, well. Just you guys wearing the shirts, that's enough. Thank you.
I'm going to send out a picture of you. Here, smile.
Of
real
me?
fast. Yeah. Cute. All right.
Here's me, 45 years old. Do I look different? I don't feel different.
You look good. 45.
Yeah, you look great,
45.
man.
How do you feel? Like, you feel good?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Okay, good.
Fine. I don't feel any different than I did yesterday. And yesterday I was 44. Crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Crazy.
You're halfway
Wild,
to 90,
man.
man. That's good.
Halfway. Yep. Thank you, Scott. Halfway to 90.
Damn.
Wow.
You don't feel slower, sadder, more broken down. None of that, right?
Yep.
45
if your
is
life
the
was an
new-
hourglass, there's more sand in the bottom than the top probably now. Scott
Yeah.
just pointed that out.
No.
You might live to 90.
45 is the new 44. That's what they're saying.
Yep.
It's true.
Wow. The way
100%.
Rafe put it, there's more sand at the bottom of the hourglass.
Oh,
Yeah, well, now it's just harder to tell.
Whoa.
I think about it all the time,
man.
dude. I think about it all the time.
Whoa, that just hit close to home.
Yeah.
You just put it in perspective.
If you're looking at your life
Damn.
as an hourglass, a few grains just dropped to the bottom that made that pile noticeably larger.
Yeah, when you hear middle age, what age do you think? It used to be 40.
Right.
Yeah.
Over the hill.
And now it's 37. Or,
Middle age?
Well, I'm just saying,
I think it depends
statistically
on-
speaking.
I think it depends on your age.
Remember, like in this last couple of years, it's the first time that the average lifespan of an American male has gone down
Well, yes.
in the last 100
If
years.
you ask a 7-year-old, they're like, I mean, I've had 7-year-olds roast me and be like, how old do you think I am? I was like, 85? Yeah, they don't have any concept. To them, middle age is like 18.
Yes.
Yeah, but
20.
remember
Takes-
when we
take
were
re-
kids, 40 was like,
Right. Take
it
real
looked
stats out of
different.
it. Take
looked
like the
different.
actual average stats out of it. What is the average age or the average life expectancy? 76 point something years for men and
Let's see.
78 years for women.
76.1, so they say. Yeah, it's dipped to 76.1. Oh, that was in 2017. Could be a lot worse now.
Could be a lot
They
worse.
stopped updating
No,
it.
but
It was
in
bad
your-
news.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's just leave it there.
We shouldn't tell them.
We'll talk about this in 2030.
Have any of you had like an actual midlife crisis yet?
No.
Like,
when
when's that coming?
when I buy a Corvette, I will.
Like, do you think that that's
Sweet.
something you'd want? Like, you'd want to buy a Corvette?
No.
What would be your midlife crisis, you know? What is it? Because you know.
See, I think it comes in very different. I think there's a lot of different types and showings of midlife crisis. I don't think it's just buying a sports car or something. And
For some men, it is.
Some men it is.
some men it is.
some men, that's like the sign. But like,
It's not buying like a big Jeep, lift it up, or
I'm going to go ahead and say I think I know a lot of people, probably the majority of people that I know that are in this age range are experiencing something. And it's like, whoa, what the hell have I been doing? I actually hate this job.
Existential life crisis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or like, man, I'm not actually happy living here or there or whatever it is. Or, man, I just haven't been taking vacations. I haven't been taking enough rest. There's a lot, I think there's a lot of things going on that could be associated with what you would call a
I don't
midlife
think I've
crisis.
hit that point yet. I don't think I've had a midlife crisis. And maybe I won't have one.
Maybe you won't. Well, I think I think it's a rite of
You can skip
passage.
it.
Like, I mean,
Oh, you have to have one?
I think you have to have one.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know.
Sucks.
Like, I think my husband, because he's going to be 40 this year, he's kind of getting into this age where now he's wanting to spend some money. Like, we're getting ready to install solar panels on our house.
Nice.
This dude's been wanting these things for the whole time I've known him. And so finally this year he goes, babe, like he's been doing the research. We're dropping.
Some
I
guys
don't wanna
get a
tell you.
Corvette, other guys get solar panels.
We're dropping. I don't even want to tell you.
what a square midlife crisis.
I know,
there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that's
I
my
love it.
man.
Screw you, hippie.
And so I'm like, babe, let's do it. So I feel like he's going through it right now.
I left my wife and ran off with a waitress from the VFW, moved to Florida, Boca Raton. She took all my money and divorced me 1 year later. What'd you do? I had solar panels installed in my home in Ellisville. Takes a long drag off a cigarette. The guy's like, get out of here.
Does probably smoke.
Can't wait for the tax credits.
Yeah, I rolled the dice on the tax credits. You know, it was a first-gen solar panel, to be fair. You know, you get the first gen of anything, they come with first-gen problems.
Like, I'm just saying.
Whoa!
It's just a lot of money. And
Gets on his Harley and rides away.
I will make that money back, but I finally was like, the hands up. I'm like, just go, babe.
Yeah, money is the sign or the weapon of the midlife crisis,
Yeah.
and it's either spending or saving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's like
spent
a-
all
it's
the
like a-
kids. The kids' college funds on the east side, and he's spending money on solar panels.
Right.
Right.
But dude, some guys I know right now are like experiencing that same thing, but they're doing it with money. It's reversed. They're like freaking out. They're like, oh my god, I've worked for 20 something years and I have nothing to show for it. What the hell am I doing?
Right.
And they start getting real tight with the saving, and they're not spending anything. Like it's just like.
Well, in
that's it.
my mind now, a middle-aged person is 50.
Oh, of course, they're always going to be like
moving the
5 years.
John always used you man over at Casey used to say that from youth to 21 you're young, from 22 to 40 you're I don't even know what that, but he said elderly is 60 on. So I look at 60 and go that's middle aged.
Yeah.
60?
I think so, because but most folks now when they're 60, they look like they're,
Nah, you're old when you're 60.
I don't know.
man.
It's weird.
I know
I just
tons
ran
of
into a
hot
friend of mine.
60-year-olds.
I'm going to say you're older. You're not. I mean, the word middle
Midlife?
means in the middle.
You're
Okay, maybe
old.
50. Maybe 50. You're right. You're right.
I'm going to say 50.
Okay, I'll get you with that.
I'm going to go 60.
50.
But
60.
Come on, guys. We're all teasing ourselves right now.
what, midlife? Like
Midlife is not 50. It means you're gonna
Yeah, but
you're gonna
does it-
bang out 100
yeah, if you-
years.
if you take it for it's the exact middle of your life.
Listen,
50's the end of it.
if your life was a year, it's definitely the end of summer, bud. It's late August. The leaves are starting to turn.
Jeez.
Somebody said I got
Fall's still a fun season, but it's around, it's sweater weather.
Fall risk.
somebody
to
said
increase.
if I'm to last 76 years, I have 31 summers to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You got to start thinking about that.
I don't
what
think
are you going
60
to do?
is elderly.
Going to Florida.
60's not elderly.
That'll help
right?
keep
I mean,
you young.
No, 60 is definitely
60's
not
not
elderly.
elderly.
Don't go down to radioactive stinking Florida. All right, you got to figure this out. We're going to Montana or something.
Montana, no.
Well, if you move to Florida, you'll feel young.
Yeah, because everybody's in their 80s.
And you're out
That's true.
sunny. It's
I've already got a deposit down on a townhouse at the Villages.
you say
No.
deposit.
Got a deposit down waiting
Have you ever gotten the brochure? Have you looked into it?
for the Villages. No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't move to the Villages.
Beachside.
Right now. Who knows
Right
what
now,
they're gonna
No,
do?
I don't think we're Villages people.
Imagine, but you're thinking about the Villages now because it's all elderly grandparents. When our age people are at the Villages, it's going to be lit. You're going to want to be at the Villages.
Boy.
Think about that.
Herpes running through the Villages.
Yeah, man.
Gonorrhea, all these
Big time.
STDs,
Everybody's
all
a-
these horny elderly people.
Poly
Horny widowers.
relationships.
Horny poly widowers.
Did you see?
You're gonna get together and listen to Tool instead of Perry Como or whatever, and your
Yeah.
movie nights are gonna be Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Did anybody
right.
watch that documentary about the three people that lived at the Villages?
No.
Oh, I did.
Oh
You
yeah.
saw it?
Oh my God,
What's
that
it
was
called?
incredible.
It was really good. Man, it was the guy that wasn't really living there, but
Right.
like,
That was
like
awesome.
lived in a van like just outside.
And remember the one guy that was mooching off that gal?
yeah,
He was
he was the guy that lived in the van.
Oh, he was the same guy.
Yeah, the guy in the van was the Willie Mays Hayes of the Villages, where he's like, I don't see your name on the list. And he's like, I'm on there. Willie Mays Hayes. Hit like Mays, and run like Hayes.
I think it's called Some Kind of Heaven.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this
He
is
was
it.
just looking for a widower, and he was like worming his way in.
Yeah, it was the one woman who lost her husband. It was the guy who lived in the van, and it was the couple, and the guy became like a drug addict.
Yeah, late
Dude.
in life.
Like late in life. Learn, you got to watch this.
What is it on Amazon?
It's amazing. It was on Hulu for a while.
Okay.
It's called
Yo.
Some Kind of Heaven.
Look at this. 93%
It's
on
great.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, it's
Really,
really,
really
Yeah, I need
really
to see
good.
that.
All right.
I started watching. There's all the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial
Oh,
documentaries
yeah.
came
I
out.
saw that.
I
Heard
watched
versus Depp.
The
huh?
one on HBO wasn't as good because that covers the 2018 London case. But then on Netflix, I think it dropped like this week.
Yeah.
Is Depp versus Heard. Dude, this documentary is 3 parts. It is so interesting because they compile all these different.
Are you all in?
Oh, I'm all in. I stayed up till 9 o'clock watching that thing last night.
Oh,
You know how
man.
serious I am about my sleep. And,
Is that one the one that's called Turd?
No, but they go into Amber Heard. you relive and they splice it all together so you relive like the poop
When you
moment.
poop the bed?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I
and then
can't wait.
If you missed out on watching that thing in real time, you'll
Well,
wanna
after
see
you're
this.
done with that, watch some kind of
I
heaven.
will.
It's
Does she make any money on that?
Oh, no.
Amber Heard?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
There's probably going to be another defamation suit that
I'm
comes
sure
through
one
me.
is
Can you
his
imagine?
version, one's her
Defecation.
version.
Well, why would she make it? It was a news,
Yeah.
and
I mean, the
as long
whole thing
as long as
played
they
out.
don't lie and as long as they don't lie.
The news used it and played it out as if it was one of these documentaries. I mean, that was a 5-month documentary they put us all
It was
through.
so interesting to watch
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
All right.
I'll watch it. Okay, so back to the age thing. Okay, I compiled the list, and I thought about this yesterday. What do you like less as you get older? And don't say people, because that's
That's a
I
given.
already,
Because
I
without
already,
saying-
I already
That's
wrote that down. No, I want you to really think about it. What do you like less as you get older?
Social media.
No.
I'm slowly on my way out.
See,
You
that
even
wouldn't be
said
on my,
that
that
like an
wouldn't be
old
on my
lady.
list because I never liked social media.
Yeah.
I used to like it.
Social media.
Social media.
The number one thing on my list was birthdays.
What the hell is wrong with you? Don't say this on your birthday.
Well, there's happy
Everybody's
people.
coming my way. Go
Everybody's
on.
coming up moon.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. You know, remember as a kid, you look forward to your birthday.
Oh, right.
Oh, your birthday. Not just
Just
birthdays.
birthday.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
your birthday.
Okay. You don't
That
want
makes
any
more sense.
attention. You didn't want attention in the first place, though.
That's how this whole thing started.
And now we're here.
I didn't want attention on my 30th birthday, so 15 years ago. My 30th birthday came and went. Didn't want attention. Somebody found out. Next thing you know, it's my birthday every day. Huh. Just to troll me.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Probably while you're not experiencing. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that was the biggest blessing in your life. You said you haven't experienced any sort of midlife crisis. It's because you've been dealing with this happy birthday crap every single day. It's
Everywhere
totally
I go.
just thrown you into a
Everywhere I
spin.
go. All right, so give me something else that you like less as you get older.
Wearing clothes. Hear me
He's
out.
going to the villages, and you're going to that place out in
You're going-
mid-Missouri
Hear me
with
out.
the
Hear me
nudist.
out.
The nudist colony.
Hear me out.
We are.
Okay. I hate getting dressed. Some days I do like it.
Oh, getting dressed up.
Most days I don't like. Like there's a scene, if you've ever watched 6 Feet Under, Brenda's crazy brother, he has like a mental breakdown and he goes, I'm having one of those days where I don't want to wear clothes. It feels bad on my skin. And I'm like, there's never been anything more enlightening.
Okay,
Whoa.
so you're saying like, okay, more, I'm going to be in sweats all day and a big
Yeah.
T-shirt.
What are you talking?
Like hardly or not even that.
Naked.
Like I just want to not have a shirt on, and I'm not trying to be gross right now. I literally just I don't want anything touching me. I don't want anything invading my being.
Because for me, if we have to go to an event where we have to kind of dress up, I'm okay with it now.
Oh.
Like I like putting on a sport
Fancy.
coat and
Okay.
putting on a. Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like that.
What are you feeling?
Yeah, it's fine. You give me something that you hate, that you like less as you're getting older. Not hate, but like less.
Arguing, which is you'd think. Like I used to, I think when you're young, you seek out like confrontation, or you want to espouse your opinions, and I've just learned that arguing with fools is pointless. And you get a little older, and I'm like, I don't even want to argue with you, man. So like,
Okay.
I'm more liable. I'm way more likely now to just be like, cool, dude, and make
But
fun
why-
of you behind your back than
but
to
why
try
do
to
you
argue
find-
my points.
Why do you find older men like to argue?
I don't know. Maybe that's all they got left. I don't know. It's a good question.
Like older men like to argue about
Love it.
everything.
They love it. Probably
to
because they
debate?
just. My guess is they probably feel like powerless in some way in their lives. So the only way they can project power. It's the same people that treat waitresses and waiters bad. You know what I mean? Like they're probably getting crapped on at work, can't stand up to their boss, so they got to take it out on some other faction of society.
Okay, Moon, give me something that you like less as you're getting older.
Let's say going out. Like, well, you know what? Going out and staying up late. Those kind
Staying up late was on my list.
Yeah, those kind of both hand in hand. Even if I'm staying up late at home, I get angry with myself. It's a control thing.
You know why?
I find myself doing it when I haven't had control in many days. I find myself staying up too late because it's you know how people eat sometimes? Sometimes we eat up for control issues. Sometimes I stay up too late doing nothing or working or watching something. And I start getting upset because I know I'm doing it for control issues and it's going to hurt.
I sometimes have all intentions on like a Friday or Saturday to go, I'm staying up late today. Like today, I'm staying up late.
Yeah.
And then it gets to be like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we got nothing to do. And then I'm thinking, why don't you just go to bed? I'm just going to go to bed.
Right.
Because then it's going to screw up my next day if I get up late.
I can hear yourself. I can hear you saying that aloud to yourself in your house. Why don't I just go to bed? What am I doing?
What am I doing? Scott, give me something you like less as you're getting older.
Ooh, eating too much food. When I was younger, I'd love to go up and at the buffet, for instance, if I was in my 20s, early 30s, I'd probably gone up 5-6 times as loaded up, and I wouldn't care that it hurt. But now I just don't see the need for that. I'd rather have one little plate and be done. And
I'm going to throw something on that one.
well, thank you.
On my list here that kind of piggybacks on yours. Eating over-the-top sweets.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now the new thing is, and I know my kids have gotten this before, and maybe your kids have too, Moon. You go to these ice cream shops, and you get ice cream or some kind of shake in a mason jar, and they put a piece of cake on there, and they put whipped cream, and there's, then 14 pieces of pie on top of that.
Right.
As a kid, you go, and the rim is like got sprinkles and chocolate syrup, oozing out of the sides.
Yes.
As a kid, I'd go, oh man, this is awesome.
Yes.
And if I saw that now, I got this. I can't eat this.
This is disgusting.
I'll pile on to that. I'm going to put another helping on that. I don't like being too full anymore, which sounds counterproductive to my entire personality. But I don't like when you're a kid, you just eat until it
hurts,
stuffed, and it's like your body bounces back so much quicker. Now, when I overeat, that's a whole thing. You know what I mean? Like there's heartburn, there's restless sleep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repercussions to it now.
Anytime I eat after 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Like gremlins. You just slowly turn into a gremlin. Like, don't feed the 40-year-old after 7.
After 7 o'clock.
Turn into a demon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things that I'm like, I love the idea of it until I've gone too far. Once I've crossed you feel the bite where you cross the threshold where it's like a hard gulp and it doesn't go down too far.
Yeah.
Feels like it stops right at your solar plexus. And you're like, oh, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Man, when you're talking about the ice creams and all that and the piling on, it's something you're just like, I no longer need to be impressed. That does not impress me. Now, the simple stuff that you're like, a perfect amount of salt or a perfect amount of this. That's what's impressive.
Yeah.
The Oreo itself impresses me.
You guys are a week out of a jar of butterscotch candies on the coffee table.
Fine.
That's how it happens, dude.
Scott on the instant feedback brings up a great one. Things you like less as you get older. Lines and crowds in general. Yes. Jesus coming back tomorrow? Is there going to be a crowd? Is there going to be a line? I'll pass.
What? Wow.
Someone else emailed in leaving the house, which I'll concur with that a little bit. I've become a little more of a homebody as I get older.
Yeah, agoraphobic almost sometimes.
You are?
Sometimes, yeah. Like I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
My stuff's at home.
Yes.
I got it set up nicely.
I've gotten to the point, though, where I'd rather be on a beach or somewhere just traveling. I'd rather travel than be at home. Much more. I'd rather be gone.
Sometimes I feel like I've lost that because I used to travel a lot more. And then, like, over the last few years, because we couldn't travel, I was like, I like being at home. And so now I'm trying to pull myself out of that because I do love going places and experiencing new things. But I just got so comfortable where I'm like, do I want to spend the money? Do I want to possibly get COVID again? Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing that you kind of go through to even get out and go somewhere new.
As cheesy as this is going to say, I just want to be with my family. So, like, if my family's with me, I love traveling. I love traveling with them.
That's
but
great.
if I'm traveling without them, I'm just like, man, I want to be home.
Yeah.
I'll tell you two.
I know.
I'll tell you.
Crash me all you want, buddy.
I'll tell you two.
Just telling you.
I'll tell you two that you probably didn't think of, that I had like eureka moments.
Turned into Jimmy Cagney.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, family, see? Nah.
See if you agree with these. Two things you like less as you get older. Number one, snow.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, man, you're right. Yeah.
Snow.
And
Yeah, it loses its shine.
my wife hit that so fast, so hard. She was like, she spent a lot of her youth in Minneapolis, and oh boy, anytime we even get near winter, she starts just getting, oh God, I hate this. It's gonna snow. She hates the winter, man. Hates it, and every year I have felt her hating it slightly more.
What about you?
It's starting to get.
She
there.
hates you slightly more too.
What about you?
No, the winter. I tell you, we did that ski trip. Was it last year or the year before? And that really kind of brought it back. Like, oh, there is use for this. There is appreciation for it if you can snowmobile and go skiing and all that. But man, when it's just like you're waking up and the traffic is going to get weird and there's salt all over your car and some other things, you just
You're constantly checking the weather app to see when the system's going to be moving in.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Well, and I do think the agoraphobia or the wanting to stay home stuff also stems from hating other things like traffic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that I just want to be home or I just want to hang out at my house. It's like, I hate running errands. That's something I don't like doing. Remember when you first start running your own errands and you're like, yeah, I'm getting stuff done when I got my oil changed.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And like now you're like, I don't want to do any of that.
Oh my gosh!
Just want a guy to do that for me.
I have another good one.
Oh, go ahead.
Is whenever you even jumping off of something only a few feet, it now kind of feels different, and I don't like that. I liked whenever I was young, I could jump off the roof and you're fine.
I do, yeah.
But now it just feels weird. You're
So
like,
there's the loading dock out behind the office here.
Yeah.
That every once in a while, instead of going down the stairs, I'll jump off the loading dock.
just
And
train yourself.
There was one time I jumped off, and I go, I don't weigh 120 pounds anymore.
It was the last time, I was assuming.
It was the last time. Where I kind of float down. Like I felt on my knees.
Yeah.
Like when I landed.
That sucks. Sean sent over an email and said, stopping for anything on the way home from work. And holy cow.
1,000%.
Dude, and that's weird because my mom, I used to give my mother trouble for this, and I don't anymore because I'm starting to understand it a bit more. She's retired. Now she has a lot going on with my brother. But before, like, my parents didn't do much. They just woke up and figured out what they were going to eat. I mean, like retirement life, right?
Right.
And anytime I asked her to do something like, hey, you want to do this tomorrow? And she'd be like, you got to give me more advance notice. And it was because I was throwing off her routine. And I never understood that. And I'm starting to understand it.
Yeah.
And Sean's examples are like the grocery store, store, an oil change or something. I have my minutes so marked out that I'm using them for everything, and even then I don't have enough hours in the day to do what I got to do. So if I got to stop at the grocery store, it is frustrating as heck.
It just happened to me yesterday. I was here until 5 yesterday, p.m. And I left here and I go, well, I should take dinner home to Tina. And then I just looked at my gas gauge. I go, but I also need gas. Well, I ain't doing both.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I literally had this conversation out here at the stoplight right before I turned onto whatever road this is, Olive. And I was like, I gotta have gas, so I guess we're eating at home.
For me, it's not a busy thing. It's not that I have my minutes planned out. It's in my head. I have a plan.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
I'm driving home. I'm going to be home. My Waze says 12:05, and then the wife goes, "Hey, on the way home, can you stop by Schnucks?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Come
even
on.
though there's 3 on the way.
Right.
Come on.
I don't want to do one more thing.
We're all sounding like Mama Moon, more and more.
Okay, here's the other one. Things you like less as you get older. And I had this, again, it came with snow. Then I was like, oh, yeah, snow. Sex scenes in movies. Anybody else feel that?
Like you're cringing more now?
They are.
Yeah, because they're
almost
kind of
think it's
cheesy.
gratuitous.
They're always cheesy.
Yeah, they are of less use, for sure.
Yeah, and you realize obviously we're smart enough to understand what's going on. Why are they showing it?
Like, listen, I don't want to be a prude.
I'll give you this. I don't like whenever I watch The Bachelor and they start kissing. I get really uncomfortable.
Don't they make the kissing sounds?
They do. They get
Wait, what was that? I didn't hear. Sorry, I missed that. Tim is a
Grossed
blessed
out.
man.
No, but I don't like seeing other people's tongues slather on each other. I just want to the sex scenes don't bother me, but it's the gratuitous kissing that drives me nuts. And trust me, I'm a makeout freak. Okay, I love making out with my husband. But watching other people do it grosses me out.
Unless it's something during the sex scene that will drive the plot of the movie forward.
Right.
Like something happens.
Oh my gosh. My best friend was telling me about there's a movie with one of not the guy who plays it, Pennywise the clown, the dancing clown, the new one. What's the other Skarsgård brother?
Oh, there's a bunch of Skarsgård.
I know there are.
There's
the hot
Alexander.
one.
There's the one that was in
True Blood and Succession.
That one, I think.
Alexander
is in a new movie on Hulu, and my best friend was telling me about it, and she's like, "You got to watch this because there's like a whole scene where he's like whizzing on a rock, and then a woman comes up behind him, and then there's like a sex scene, and then there's like an explosion that happens, and she's like, "You have to see it; it's the best part of the movie." Like, and that would put it. That's what you're talking about. Like, it made the movie kind of move on.
Yeah, if it drives the plot forward.
But not like a stupid sex scene that's like, what the hell is this? They just were filling time, so let's
Well,
roll
just
around.
two hot people that we hired for this movie that we could get undressed and show.
It might just be desensitized too, where you're like, this is in my pocket if I want it. Let's move on with the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen such hardcore porn at this point that I'm like, do I really need to see Angelina Jolie's butt? Get out of here.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
We've seen it.
We know it's great.
Emailer just emailed over and said that the older he gets, the more he hates summer.
Yeah, that's on my list
I
too.
hate summer too.
I'm ready for it to be over.
I want fall, and I think I want it because like,
I'm done with this.
the planet's like, possibly getting warmer. And so I'm like, you know what? We need to be living it up. We need to love the snow. We need to love the fall because one day we might not have it anymore. And that's like in the back of my dark mind. Back to you.
Oh, thanks for that. All right.
You only have 31 summers left. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, just think of it that way. If you're starting to hit summers, well, there's not that many left.
Video games.
I never liked them.
I'm liking video games less as I get older.
I just don't have time.
Yeah, I wish I
still
could
like
play
It's a
them more.
time thing, but even if I'm like,
It's a $1 trillion industry that's kept up with us, though.
oh man, I'm telling you, some of these video games are amazing.
Yeah.
And I
that's why
wish I was
try-
into it.
That's why I try to steer clear of them. They're too good.
Yeah, the VR is so cool.
Like my boy will be like, "Hey, Dad, come check this thing out." And I'm like, "Damn, dude."
Don't even show it to me.
Damn, man. Your life is awesome.
I'm too old for this.
Damn, it's cool. I can't hang with you, buddy.
Dude, can you imagine if time travel
I'm
was
watching
a
a
thing?
documentary on the villages.
We would just try to time travel back to when we were kids and take these games with us. Because holy smokes.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've said
Hey, I'd be like, little Rizz, in like 30 years, you can be able to put on a headset and you're going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
that.
Rizz.
Even beyond that,
Hey, little
like the
Rizz.
dexterity that this sounds like I was high when I thought about it, but I wasn't. And I was like, dude, if you went back and took an Atari 2000 joystick out of a kid's hand, one stick and one button.
The Atari 2600, the one stick,
It
one
had
button.
a stick and one button.
And a 6-month lifespan.
Yeah, and like the things on the screen were moving at a snail's pace. And you just took that away and handed them like a modern day PlayStation 5 controller or whatever. And put like Call of Duty in, I literally think the sensory overload would make them throw up.
Oh, yeah. If I could go back,
I literally think because it's happened. I remember when Sega Genesis, I was like, 3 buttons? What am I, an android? You know, like, how would I ever keep up with
10
that?
fingers.
Yeah,
Pause it?
A, B, and C? Oh, my God. And then it's like if you just took the Atari, if you didn't have that, like, natural progression of dexterity happening, and you just, I can't even imagine VR. But, like, if you just gave them, like, an Xbox controller, I think a kid would be like, what is this?
Well, do
dude,
you remember
what-
the first controller that vibrated? Mm-hmm. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Nintendo 64?
Yes, because it had like the expansion, right, or
was
something
it like
on
a
it?
Rumble pack or something like that?
Rumble pack,
Yeah. I
yeah.
remember being like,
He turned
like,
into a
started
great ape.
vibrating.
Man.
He turned
No, that
into
was
like an
Sony. It was the
orangutan.
Sony Rumble pack.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it was.
Yeah.
First time it rumbled, you threw it in the floor like, you got all upset. You're like tearing up your whole dorm room. You're upset about it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine telling kids in the 80s, like, hey, the games are going to be so good, they will give you health issues. They will hurt
Yeah.
people's hearts and anxieties.
And it will help
like,
make you active.
All right, well,
right?
well,
Oh, yeah.
kids.
Good point.
think
Well,
about
we
this.
did have the pad. Remember, we had the Nintendo, what was that thing called? The pad?
The
Yeah.
dance pad, right? The,
No.
Where you could do track and field?
Yeah, it was for the track and field
Oh,
game.
yeah, yeah.
And you're over there like huffing and running,
yeah.
going, look, Mom, exercising. What was that called? The power pad? Power pad.
And you
Maxi.
jumped and you
No.
jump for the hurdles.
Yeah, there was a power pad and the power glove.
Power glove, yeah.
and the Wii.
That did not take off, by the way. The Power Glove was a fail.
Well, there was even a Fred Savage movie with the Power Glove, right?
They really pushed
that one
it.
took off.
Was it the Wizard?
The Wizard, yeah.
That was also the Nintendo cartoon. The guy put on the glove.
Talking about old technology yesterday, just for
Captain
funsies, I put on Twister, with
yeah.
Helen Hunt. That movie and their science and their technology that they had in that movie tried to show the future and.
Oh, is that where they try to get the ping pong balls inside the Twister?
Oh, it was super.
Yeah,
good.
they put in like an R2D2
Dorothy.
thing.
Yeah.
And don't they strap themselves down with these thin little leather things that are going to hold them? And
they
it's perfect.
are in the eye of the tornado. Get the hell out of
And
here.
half of the conversations are like this. Because there's a tornado right down the road. Having relationship issues in the street.
All right, so
There's a
kids,
goddamn tornado right there, man.
I don't think you'd be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah, let's put a pin in this.
Yeah.
So
I should have listened to you more. I should have brought you flowers.
And then they're upside down.
I can buy my own flowers. Have you not heard that song?
I'm sorry, I still love my ex.
Hold me, Bill.
Does not hold up, right?
No, it does not.
Does
But
not hold
it
up.
was total trash, and it was worth every
And
second.
that movie wound up being a big bomb too.
Was it? I
Great.
thought it
No, that movie was huge, brother.
No, they know the machine behind the promotion for that movie was huge.
That movie
I
kicked
don't
ass.
think.
Let's not
I
poop on
don't
something that we
think
knew
it
was
did
great
well.
then.
I just love Bill Paxton's shirt being sucked off his body
could
while
be
he's
wrong.
trying to have a sincere moment.
The best.
still love
Yeah,
you.
you're right. It was. It says here the original '96 Twister was instant hit, raking in almost 500 million.
I told you.
Bill,
guys.
guys, can I say
It
this
is
about the
huge.
movie?
I told
though?
you.
I love the movie True Lies, and Bill Paxton plays the sleazy,
Oh, yeah, the used car guy.
salesman. And so the whole time I'm watching Twister yesterday, all I got in my head is Bill Paxton is the sleazy used car salesman
Game
guy.
over, man.
And it ruined everything.
The best thing is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Dude,
in
he's
that.
the
I know,
cool
he's
guy,
He's like
man.
just the what was the name, Dusty or something?
He was so funny.
He's also,
What the heck, man?
he was like, I read an article one time about, he was like, he was a friend of James Cameron.
Bill Paxton.
And he was just
R.I.P.
like, hey, give me a small part, put me in anything. And he was like a gang member in the original Terminator who gets
Oh yeah.
killed, has like one line. And Cameron kept putting him in small parts in James Cameron movies. And
That's awesome.
He ended up in Aliens. That was his big. He put him in he was one of those Space Marines in Aliens. That was his first big role because he did all these small ones.
Yeah, Bill Paxton as the sleazy car guy
Is a character. Yeah.
in True Lies. That's a great character. So think about this. Kids of the 80s are hitting their 40s now. And even if you don't feel like you're over the hill, there are a couple telltale signs that you can't ignore. And this is hitting, this is trending on Twitter or X, whatever. Hashtag signs you're in your 40s.
Okay.
Okay, so here's some of the best responses. Hashtag signs you're in your 40s. Number one, you're hitting the supermarket and you realize the music that's playing is the same music at your high school homecoming dance.
Yep, heard that. Green Day's Time of Your Life
Oh no!
in the
way.
bread aisle.
A classic now.
Yeah, punk band.
Yeah, punk. Hey, punk supermarket.
Bend over till your feet touch the floor.
Where was I? I think I was in a supermarket when I heard Rancid's Ruby Soho
Oh, yeah.
on the speakers. And I went,
Rancid
whoa, this
and
is-
Out Come the Wolves record makes the supermarket.
Yeah,
That's
Dang.
awesome.
What?
Ruby Soho.
I want to hear Juveniles back that ass up whenever I'm.
Oh, it's coming.
and then I'll know. I've come around.
The cashier asks for ID for age-restricted items and laughs. Your social media feed is filled with pictures of your friends' kids and their latest achievements.
Welcome to Target. Use a real fine woman with
Maybe
your
back that ass.
Oh, yeah.
A teacher once told you you won't always have a calculator in your pocket. Wrong.
Wrong. Immediately wrong.
Wrong. You wake up injured and you don't know why.
Yep.
Been there, brother.
Neck hurts. Why?
I'm there.
Currently there.
I got 2
I'm there,
bruises
too.
on my legs. I have no idea where those came from. I just have no clue.
I thought I needed shoulder surgery, and I had to tell my doctor. He's like, "You've been playing like racquetball or something?" I'm like, "Nope, just slept on my left side in a weird way."
Just
I did.
living.
Yeah, that's how I tore. I tore something in my left arm, and it was just from being in bed, like kind of leaning up, checking the clock, and some other things like this.
Having a falling dream and,
then it
jolting
just
awake.
Yeah, it just went and crushed, and it's been killing me for 6 years.
Yeah, same.
Okay, you already know about AI, and his name is Clippy.
Oh, yes.
Clippy.
Oh,
Clippy is the
welcome to
The
Microsoft.
paperclip.
yeah, the paperclip.
Oh, that was his name?
That's our AI, baby. Clippy.
Yeah, he was incredible, man.
That's Clippy. You make a noise when you stand up. You get great enjoyment from watching birds at the bird feeder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Big time.
That is.
Squirrels, too. Yesterday, we're eating dinner, and 2 little baby squirrels are having time of their life, and I'm just, for like 20 minutes, man, like watching these squirrels go nuts.
Man, I remember a high school teacher or a middle school teacher going on. I mean, it was like an hour the first day of school talking about how this new thing is going to change everything. Kids, introducing the Fred Writer. You guys remember the Fred Writer?
No.
Oh, you don't remember that computer? It was like a.
I wasn't rich, man. I don't know what that is.
No, this was at school.
What the
At
hell's a
school.
Fred
What was
Writer?
it?
We walked in the library, and this guy, we have one computer. It was like you know the green, like the old school Macs, the old Macintosh.
Yeah.
Fred Writer was like what the program was called or something like that, and you'd go in like, oh, can you sign in, and maybe tomorrow or maybe next Tuesday I'll get to use the Fred Writer.
Oh, yeah, there would be, we had one computer for the classroom. I think the first computer we got was in like 5th grade.
Sounds right.
One computer, and you had to go in like groups of like 2 or 3. And that was like your computer time.
Computer lab. Did you have this classroom full of
We
them?
had a computer lab in junior high.
Okay.
And you practice typing.
Sure.
I don't remember the Fred computer.
No, it kind of looks like it's basically just the Apple, kind of like an Apple computer, right?
Yeah, I think
The black screen with green letters. Huh.
Yeah, black screen,
I've
green
never
letters,
seen
but
that.
you could like type it and then print it, and you hear the and
Yeah.
it's doing the paper with the holes in it on the sides. And
Yeah, the dot matrix.
spooling it through. Yeah, and it takes forever. And
My-
you're like, look
my-
at that! I typed something and now it's spit it out.
My buddy Tommy and I would get to school a little early in middle school because they had one computer in the library, and it had Orion. Did you guys ever get on Orion? It was like the first kind of internet. You could sit there and
yeah, I've
type
been
in commands, and you could talk to people in Alaska or Japan or something. You're like, oh my gosh, this
cool.
is absolutely amazing. The kids talking to grown adults.
See,
It's
being
not
that
weird.
it's
but-
my birthday today, you guys would have printed out a happy birthday sign on the dot matrix printer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the holes on the side.
And you have to take the top and bottom parts off to make
Oh,
it
yeah.
the sheet
Yeah.
of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be hanging behind me.
And it folded like
take,
that.
It would take 30 minutes to print out a big happy birthday sign.
But every teacher had one of those things in there because once they had the tech, they're like, oh, I'll write this and put it across the chalkboard or
Oh, yeah.
something. Everybody has some banner now.
Oh, yeah. Well, being that school has started for a lot of the area, I know my kids go back next Monday. Your kids go back next Monday or Tuesday as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. I know, some districts are already in school. Some start next Monday, some start next Tuesday. And this was from Fox 2. Headline, stopping for school buses in Missouri and Illinois. What are the laws?
Oh, yes.
And they give a nice little refresher. So in Missouri, I'm asking this question.
Okay.
2 lanes on one side, 2 lanes on the other side. So let's say it's 2 lanes going east, 2 lanes going west. School bus stops on the east side, puts out the stop sign. Do the cars going west have to stop?
I don't think.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, yes, because you don't know which side of the street the kid is. Yes, I'm going to say
Because the
yes.
stop sign goes both ways, right? Or is the stop sign only
So it's
face?
2 lanes going west,
2 lanes, yes.
2 lanes going west, 2 lanes going east.
I'm saying yes.
Is the stop
Does
sign
the
when it
whole
comes out?
road have to
Is
stop?
it both sides? Can you read it from both ways?
I even drove a school bus for special school
Yeah, you
district
can read it both ways.
Yep. Then
for
I
a
think you have
living,
to stop.
and I don't exactly remember. But I do know that I do stop, and I glare at people that go through. But I remember we talked about this a few years ago, and I think I remember being surprised as to what the law was.
It depends on if there's a median or not.
Like you mean a solid median?
Yeah, so on a 4-lane roadway without a median, all drivers must stop when the school bus is loading or unloading passengers, regardless of their direction.
Okay, so like let's say Limburg. Limburg is a 4-lane road often, right? And in some areas there is no median.
So everybody's got to stop.
And in others, like in Midtown, like when you're going through the middle of the town there, it has that barrier, the concrete median.
If you are on a divided highway with a median, only vehicles traveling in the same direction as the school bus must
Now, what
stop.
if it has the median that's just a curb, the curb median? That still counts as a median, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Well,
That's good.
It's good to know.
That's, I mean, it makes
Hard
sense.
to remember.
If there are more than 4 lanes or 4 with a median and no kids are crossing the road to the opposite side, only drivers behind the bus are required to stop. Missouri drivers must stop for school buses when the stop arm is extended on all 2-lane roads, regardless of their direction. Drivers must stop your vehicle and remain stopped until the bus's flashing lights are turned off, the arm is withdrawn, and the bus starts moving again. Illegally passing a school bus in Missouri could mean a 90-day driver's license suspension. Penalties are heightened, obviously, if a kid is hit.
And they'll put your name on the board.
Yes. No gold star for you.
90-day suspension. I think that's,
yeah.
That's good.
That's reasonable? I think so.
Right, I think so. That's upending a life for sure.
In Illinois drivers must stop for school buses when the arm is extended on all 2-lane roads, regardless of the direction. Drivers must stop your vehicle, remain stopped until the bus's flashing lights are turned off, stop arm is withdrawn, bus starts moving again. Illinois law says the same rules apply in cases when there is a center turn lane. Also for 2-lane roads, drivers are asked to give 20 feet of space between their vehicle and the school bus. For a 1-way road, all drivers behind the school bus are required to stop. On a 4-lane roadway, if there is at least 2 lanes of traffic in each direction, only drivers traveling in the same direction as the school bus are required to stop. Same rules apply for spots with a divided highway and a median.
Got it.
So it's different in Illinois. Mm-hmm. Like in Illinois, I think this, right? This, it's cool. Like if you're on the other side of the road, it's cool.
Just keep going.
Keep going. Illegally passing a school bus in Illinois will mean a $300 minimum fine and a 3-month driver's license suspension. Obviously, penalties are heightened if a child is hit, injured, or killed. Now, do you think, I'm going to go around the room here, do you think a parent should face jail time if you don't send your kid to school?
I remember hearing about this when I was a little kid, and I'd be like, why do I have to go to school? And my mom goes, I don't want to go to jail.
But I always thought that was like an empty threat. Like, are they really going to come lock up my mom?
It's one of those things that I've just thought was real. So I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope you send your kids to school, so or homeschool them or have them educated in some way.
Like if your kid is enrolled in school, not homeschooled.
But just if I just decide, hey, my kid's
But just
not
this
going to
kid's
school.
got so many unexcused absences.
Oh. No, I mean, who knows what's it's an individual, right? So like maybe there's problems or traveling or family
Because something
illness
just
or
happened.
Something. Yeah.
Something just happened in Missouri. And the Supreme Court in Missouri did rule on something as far as this goes. So unexcused absences from school, you get a certain amount, right? And then if you go or you know, your kid is supposed to attend school so many days. And if your parent doesn't call in for the kid, should the parent be held responsible and jailed?
I mean, you got to do something, right? We can't we're not having 5th graders dropping out anymore.
Don't know. We live in such a weird world now where, like, homeschooling has become normalized. And I'm not saying that homeschooling is bad, but you have no control over who's actually homeschooling and who is not doing anything and is just letting their kid.
Well, isn't that, do you have to enroll your kids every year into school?
I don't think so.
Well,
is that
if you're going to homeschool your kids, I think you need to let the state know.
Yeah, because you have to
I don't know.
sign up,
There are
right?
rules.
Don't you have to sign your
I don't
kid
know.
up every year for school? And
There are state requirements.
I'll be honest, I have a neighbor. This is something I'm dealing with right now. There's a little girl that comes over to try to play with our dogs. And I've had conversations. She'll come knock on the door and be like, can Bo and Simba come outside? And then our neighbor Emily also has a dog named Raisin. She's left the gate open a few times. Our dogs have gotten out because she lets herself in the backyard when they're out there. But, which is also dangerous. Shouldn't just let your child, shouldn't be. She's left unattended a lot. I talked to her in the backyard and I was like, how come you're not in school? She goes, I don't go to school. And I go, since when? How long have you not gone to school? And she's like, 3 or 4 years. This girl's like 9.
But is she homeschooled?
I did not get the impression that she's being educated in any way. And she stays with the grandma a lot. Seems like the mom's. And it's hard because I don't know, she loves her mom. Do I get involved? Do I call DCFS? I don't know what to do because
I'm talking about.
I don't know what's going on.
Rafe, your kid is enrolled at an elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he's got, he's missed 15 days. And maybe you called in as a parent, for an excuse, 2 of those days.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, does it, and again, I'm childless, so I don't know, but is it a policy thing? Every school has a different policy about that. If you need a note from your parents, or is an email okay, or if you don't respond after
every absence you need to call in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, they'll call you, and they'll send you an email, and they'll send you a text message now, and they'll send you, they'll call.
Which is great, because that's for the safety of the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, jail time,
I mean, what else is there for a deterrent? If there are state requirements to make sure that we're educating our youth and that everybody is being a responsible parent enough to do so we don't have our great grandparents dropping out at 5th grade.
Right.
How does the state set up a deterrent for lazy people?
I think, kids getting kicked out of school, but hey, you still got to enroll. If that is the requirement, states need you to have your kid in some sort of schooling, then that's going to be extra legwork for you to do if your kid gets kicked out of the district because you have not followed up on their absences. Mm-hmm. And so then you get a notice hey, and unfortunately, it sucks because I don't want the kids to have to feel that. This is their adult guardian is the one at fault here. It's not the child. And so, I don't know.
Well, the Missouri Supreme Court just ruled that parents can be jailed if their kids miss too much school. And this stems from 2 cases in Lebanon, Missouri, which is, 2.5 hours away?
Is that Taco John's there, right?
2 moms were taken to court by the schools over their truancy cases regarding their kids. One was sentenced to jail. One received probation. And the Missouri Supreme Court said parents had enough warning that their kids needed to go to school each day.
So were these parents not notifying the school the kids were missing?
That's what it was. It's did not notify the school.
So I bet, because won't the school, if it's a day or 2, won't they send a police over to make sure the kid's all right, alive or something?
I don't know about that, but they will.
Because they have you have to let them know.
They let you know that your kid's missing school.
Huh.
Somebody
jail seems steep.
Tweets at us, says our district reports to the state if they miss too many unexcused days, then we have to go to court.
According to the filing, one kid missed 9 days of school without an excuse. The parent never called into the school office. The other kid was absent 7 days without an excuse. The judge wrote that there are 2 reasons kids can be absent from class. If a parent removes them from the school's roles, or if they are mentally or physically incapacitated to the satisfaction of school officials.
Jail does seem steep, but what else is there?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's what you got. You can't jail the kid. You can't fine the kid. I'm sure if you fine the parents, the money's never. You're never
they're not going to
money.
Pay. The other thing too is this like a cool mom? Because you can't arrest cool moms, right?
Of course not.
That's true.
Yeah, that's illegal.
That's cool mom.
Not like a regular mom.
I had no idea we had a cool mom button.
Oh, we got a cool mom button.
Cool mom. All right.
Man, it's wild. I don't know what the. I don't know.
We're getting conflicting feedback too. One person says, as a mandated reporter, educational neglect does not warrant hotline calls to the Department of Family Services. And then the very next email is, homeschooling has strict regulation and kids have to pass tests by the state.
Yeah, they do. I know. I know homeschooling does have strict regulation.
So
honestly, most of the homeschool kids that I know right now are ridiculously well adjusted, and they're doing great. Honestly, they're probably doing better than most of the the I know in public.
I think it depends on if they're being schooled.
Sure, yeah. I'm just saying, the whole stigma was I've even discussed it with my kids, especially after that 2020 year, and even my daughter believes the stigma of oh yeah, but then I'd never be able to socialize. You're no man, there's so many different things. What kind of socialization training is throwing a kid into a building with 3,000 people that she's only going to talk to her friend group anyway?
Well, and they could play school sports too, like whatever district you're attached to, the kid could play sports.
They can still participate in all. There are so many resources now, and I'm not a proponent for homeschooling because I've experienced it, because I honestly don't know. But the research that I've been doing and people I've been talking to that have homeschooled their kids recently. They're
It's
just
not
fine.
what you think.
The stigma means nothing.
It's not what we used to think.
No,
where, oh
not
my
at
God,
all.
you know, little Ezra's who's afraid of this, who
Little
can't be out in the
Ezra.
sun,
Yeah.
who's allergic to the sun was homeschooled.
I mean, the whole-
lived up the street.
The whole point is to prepare our children to be like incredibly well-adjusted, awesome adults.
Yeah, part of society.
Efficient, great societal pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not sure using school as a babysitter is the greatest way to do that.
Well, then you got, Dawn, what the instant feedback says. They don't care about education. They care about the money they won't get if their attendance is low.
Well, sure.
Maybe that's...
That's
I know
part
they
of society,
make extra
too.
amount of tax on that.
I would also be willing to bet,
That's pretty cynical, though.
depending on the district
Could be
you're
part
in.
of that, too. I don't
Sure,
know.
I think it's everything, but
You know,
some people do care about youth.
The kids, yeah.
What? Oh, you know me. F
we
them
do,
kids.
We do care about kids,
them
you know.
kids.
F them kids. Got to be careful how you say that, by the way.
Yep, that's how I told you. Context is everything.
Context is everything, guys. Especially on that one.
I think it depends on the district, too, man. Some schools have massive underfunding problems. Like, they probably don't have someone keeping as close of an eye on attendance as other school districts do. So I'm sure people slip through the cracks.
Think of the nightmare that Normandy went through a couple years ago. They lost accreditation. Kids were scattered throughout the county. It was like, you remember that was a total mess.
All right, now how about this? Speaking of school, one final little capper on this. What were the toughest years? Middle school,
6 to 8.
junior high.
Yeah.
The worst, right?
Yeah.
The worst.
Oh man,
Everything was peachy keen last day of 5th grade. What the hell? Like, now I'm in hell.
I think-
the first day of 6th grade.
My worst is this 1 through 12, because if it can go up to college, I'd say college because I flunked out of that. The rest I didn't flunk out of. I did okay.
8th grade for me because I moved and I was like right in the middle of like acne and
You
my
go from
teeth were
6th
weird
grade-
and
6th grade elementary school, man, king of the king of the castle.
I know.
That was 5th grade for me. But
Oh, you went K through 6?
Yeah, I went K through
Oh, we
6.
were K through 5 here.
K through
Same.
6th
K
grade,
through
man.
6 and then 7th and 8th and then 9th through 12.
I'll say the reason that middle school was rad for me is because I got so lucky. I knew none of the kids that went to this middle school. I was on the way our district set up things. My block basically went to a different school than my
Yeah.
buddies that I grew up with, so they went to a different one. And they shipped us off over there. And the very first day I met this kid named Travis Bourbon. He just happened to be the most fun and like the coolest guy at school. And
Did he smoke cigs?
No. He was just a goofball.
His last name's
And,
Bourbon. I feel like he's kind
yeah.
of a rowdy.
He's a minister now, but
he is. Oh, my
but he was like the
apologies.
coolest guy at school. He knew everyone, so I was in.
Yeah.
So
man.
I did good.
Junior high, the hormones are going.
Oh, dude.
I mean, everybody's awkward
Boobs
and weird.
start coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
it's the worst.
Tape them down.
Hey, your feet are too big for your body. Your head's gigantic. You're going to have cystic acne and
Yes.
unpredictable erections. Have fun at school.
I felt bad for boys. I really did. Like, I felt bad for us chicks because, like, your boobies start coming in and it's like awkward because if you had huge, voluptuous, awesome breasts that you appreciate now, having them like at 8th grade was brutal because everybody's like, ooh. But then, like, the guys with the boners, like, that was so embarrassing for them. And I felt bad.
Yeah, we had to learn all sorts of tricks like real fast.
Yeah.
Trapper keepers.
Tuck.
That
The old
old
tuck.
elastic
Yeah, it's like,
waist.
oh, the-
Tuck it in the waist.
Tuck it in the
Yeah, you'd
waist,
be like,
man.
what just happened? I just got an NRB and the and it's a no reason boner.
Oh, okay.
NRB,
I don't
no
know the
reason,
term.
no
I don't
reason
know the
boner.
term.
An NRB
No
is
reason
a
boner.
no reason boner, and you're like, oh, the bell's about to. Oh no, NRB.
No.
You're like, oh, give me a second. Hey, will you just give me a second? I got this belt tuck thing I got to do.
I was watching The Breakfast Club last weekend, and Brian's character, gets a boner at at the detention. And whenever I was little watching that movie, I didn't understand that part. And then as I got older, I'm like, oh no. Felt bad.
Well, there was a
That's
big
the worst.
study. There was a big study that somebody wasted a lot of money on because Captain Obvious here.
Yeah.
New study published in the Journal of Youth and Adolescence shows that low attractive youth and low athletic youth become increasingly unpopular over the course of a school year.
We know.
Man.
That's so weird.
So basically,
We're right
ugly.
This study conducted by my 8th grade bully.
So ugly and unathletic kids in middle school specifically are not popular.
Oh, thanks.
Oh man.
This is good
Aw,
stuff.
Man. But can I just give those kids some hope if they're listening? Like, you will become what we are.
Oh, no, don't say
Wow.
that. You don't want to ruin their life.
Yes, like I was like very plain looking, not cute. all this stuff. And like, I didn't get my style and my waves of coolness or whatever you want to call it till much later. And like, you will have your moment. So if you are awkward, you don't want to play sports, you aren't like popular in quotes, you will have your moment. And trust me, you will be the coolest adults ever. Don't do drugs.
Yeah,
Love
so the study,
Learn.
Carry it within your head that you don't want to peak in middle school.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
some
okay.
of these cats that are peaking in middle school,
Let 'em
wait
have
till you
it.
see them in 20
They'll
years.
flush out, dude.
It's gonna
They'll be the same size.
all equal out.
they say put
But I will
simply,
be honest, one or two of them will thrive, and it'll piss you off.
Yes, yes.
There's
Well, that will
it
happen.
doesn't always happen. Sometimes your bully does just
Become
keep
successful.
On, yes,
Damn it.
they end up like working at, they end up working at a giant mortgage firm and living in a big house. And
Yeah.
Hot wife.
I thought you peaked
Hot
in high
wife.
school. Like, no, I just kept going.
Now, still going, man.
They had really
I
good
haven't
parents.
peaked yet. So put simply, and this is what they say in the study, the peer group punishes those who are not, who do not have highly valued traits such as being good looking or being good at sports.
Yeah.
So when you tell your kids, it's fine, you don't,
Beauty's on the inside.
you can't throw a baseball and you got all this acne, it's fine, nobody notices. Everybody notices.
Oh, man.
That's for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Just having like,
Don't listen to Uncle Riz.
No, science
I
says
know.
it.
Nobody's listening to science
Studies.
anymore.
we didn't need that study to know that.
Right.
That's all
All
I'm
you
saying.
needed is to ever have been in junior high.
Well, as I said, hopefully tax dollars did not go towards this study because everybody could have just told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rafe nailed it when he said that was the bully in middle school who wrote that.
And by the way, when they put out like, okay, we're doing a study, we need volunteers. What parents goes, yeah, my kid's ugly. Let's
Come
put him
on.
in the study.
Come on.
Hey,
Jed.
son, you'd be perfect for this.
Hey, son, try to catch a ball. Nope.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, he's perfect
throw
for
this
this.
ball. Yeah, throw this ball to me. Yep. And you're ugly. Get in. Yeah.
Get in. You're okay.
I just want to know how they divided. The scientists went to the school and be like, all right, line up.
A, B.
All right, which one of these kids is hot? All right, you get in the hot line. You.
All right, Raylan.
Get over there.
Get over there.
You get in the gross line. All right, now you guys play catch with this football. Ha ha. You get in that line. It's just like the amount of embarrassment that had to happen just to divide the group up to get a test group was probably humiliating.
Yeah, another good way to test it, a nicer way, is just, all right, let's play a basketball game out here. Now you guys pick teams, and whoever's last, you obviously know. It's like, that's the kid.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Well, sorry. The perils of being unattractive and unathletic.
Yeah, junior high was Thunderdome, dude. It was Bartertown.
Yeah, my son's going to his first year of high school, and he's like, made it. We made it through the gauntlet.
He feels
did.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
First year of high school can be a little tricky, but it's easier, I think, than junior high.
He cruised through. Now, my daughter is in,
He was a hockey guy.
yeah, my daughter's in, yeah, my son's a jock.
Got the Rizzuto good looks.
He's got the athleticism.
He was
got
in
that
the
height.
good group.
My daughter's in 7th grade. She's in the middle of it, and it's,
Girls are hard. It's
girls,
hard.
it's tough.
It's really tough because, like, I feel like the boys, and this is stereotypical, but, and it's probably not everybody, but, like, guys would get out their angst and the bullying in a different way. Girls and their bullying is so different, and it's, like, brutal, and it's all based around psychology and physical attributes, and it's, like, that can demean a person so much. So, like, and your daughter is gorgeous, and she's so itty-bitty, like, she's going to be just fine.
I mean, and especially for girls, girls develop it, and girls, when they start developing,
it's brutal, man.
it's brutal. Some girls hit puberty, before others, and there's a wide range of.
Well, and it's makeup now. So, like, I never
Makeup.
really wore makeup, and I still kind of do my makeup the same as I did in high school and whatnot. But now girls look so like girls are practicing makeup as like a hobby, and some of them do it so well that they just look so beautiful. And if I were growing up now and trying to contour my face for freshman year, I would be a mess. So that is like an added thing that boys don't have to deal with normally. Like, so I don't know. But you guys I feel like dudes in style, like it's hair and it's kind of like brands and shoes are really important to boys, So like.
Yeah, but girls played the same psychological. One of my biggest bullies was a girl.
Really?
Yeah, Susan Bramlett used to.
Susan?
She didn't give a damn, dude. Like, they would also psychologically, they paid landmines in your brain about your self-worth. I mean, I know it was worse with girls probably, but I'm like, that wasn't reserved just for women. Like some of the girls were the older girls when you're like in 6th grade.
Mean.
Oh, they can ruin you more than
Mean
a guy
as hell.
can.
Oh, yeah.
If they start saying something about, they start spreading a rumor about you.
Oh, yeah.
There was a girl on my
Game
bus
over,
stop.
dude.
There was a girl on my bus stop, Jan Newman.
Jan?
Jan.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I called her Man Newman once.
You did?
And she threw me in a thorn bush.
Yeah.
I'm siding
that
with
coming.
Jan.
She picked me up and threw me in. Because, you know, the
was
girls,
deserved.
the girls are bigger than the boys. And there's a certain,
Yeah, for sure.
there's a certain, age where the girls are bigger than
Really?
the boys.
I
It just
never
happens to a lot of
experienced
guys that don't get very
Yeah,
tall.
you didn't.
I didn't experience
Also,
it.
we're talking junior high, Southern Illinois, late 90s, early aughts.
Everybody had cool car parents.
No
yeah.
one cared. Like, you literally had to fight.
Yeah.
Like, not only did you have spontaneous erections, a giant head, and cystic acne, every day you might have to physically defend yourself.
Yeah. I got
To the
jumped in
point
8th
that, like,
grade.
I
got jumped in-
regret this, but, like, I would sometimes have to find a guy in my weight class that was a friend and just fight him. And be like, hey, man, I'm not actually mad at you.
We just need to
But we
fight.
had a little playground disagreement, and I have to show the bigger bullies that I'm willing to fight
Right.
to keep them off my back.
Yeah.
So I remember, like, fighting, like, my friend Tony in my class, and, like, the guy who was the nicest guy in the
Prison
world.
law. Yeah.
It was almost law of the jungle out there, dude. Because you could fight back. You didn't get kicked out of school back then. You get in fist fights on the playground, and they'd be like, go to class.
Oh, dude.
You
My,
got paddled.
our gym
Or you
coaches,
sit outside the
Yeah.
principal's office.
my
for
two
a
gym
class.
coaches watched the fight that I was in 8th
Yeah.
grade. They watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were spectators.
Yeah.
And then
Throwing
you know,
money down.
Yeah, they probably threw money down.
Well, yeah, it all worked out. And then the funny thing is, I got an in-school suspension for a fight I didn't even get to see. And it was the first time that I remember the science teacher said, "Well, guilt by association." I was like, "These people don't even like me. I'm not even in this friend group. I don't know what we're talking."
You're just breathing and you're guilty.
Dude, it was so ridiculous. So I had an in-school suspension for a fight I wasn't involved in, but I did get in a fight, and the teachers were spectators, and then I got jumped in 12th grade. So like, yeah, there was like just every so often it would build up, and you'd have to fight. You'd have to defend yourself.
Oh, dude.
Just
there
to kind of
would
like release the tension.
I had to fight my friend Derek at the flagpole. Just because, like, you don't even want to fight, but everyone else hypes it up to a point that now you
yeah.
have to.
That's what
have to.
happened. That's
Do
what
you guys
happened.
plan ahead of time too?
Oh,
Like,
dude,
okay,
it would just
once the
turn
bell
into,
rings,
like, all of a sudden, all your friends turn into Don King.
Everybody, dude.
Fight
Everybody was a
promoters.
fight
And I'm
promoter.
like, hey, this isn't your ass on the line, boys. Like, oh, dude, Derek. Hey, Derek called Rafe a wuss during a game of Smear the Banana, which is not what we called it, by the way.
what
But
was it?
So bad.
it was not
It was a different time.
a
It was
different
awful.
time. It was not good. And by the way, calling it Smear the Banana did not make it better. Seriously, just did not. It's just still a pile of adolescent
Anyway.
boys and nuts and butts and
That was the best when there was a fight, but then everybody would just stand around and be like, "You want to go? You want to go?" Like
wanna
a
go?
lot of that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they were waiting it out to see an adult,
Praying.
that an adult will break it up. before
somebody
it
get
actually
in
started.
between us. And that was junior high. Every day the fight or flight response was triggered.
Yeah.
It is
Got to be
it
on your
wrecked-
toes.
Dude, it wrecked your nervous system. Because because the testosterone that's fueling those sporadic boners is also fueling an intense rage.
The fight gland.
Yes, the fight gland, dude.
But again, it's all for society. It is getting you ready for what we all handle as adults,
Oh,
right?
man.
Yeah, middle school is pure torture
Pissed
for me.
me
I'm
off.
not kidding. Like it was terror every single morning. It was I gotta go into this dark place.
Well, I'm sorry if your kid is ugly and unathletic because he's gonna have
Maybe that was
he
my
or
problem.
she
Go buy him
he or
something
she are gonna have a tough
today.
time at school.
Sorry, your kid took after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. But some of my best friends did. We've beat the living dog crap out of each other. Still to this day.
Just to
Love those
ward
guys.
off the
And I was
ball.
like, we all just, there was an understanding later in life that were like, hey, man, we were
Had to
all.
do it.
It was like, hey, man. It was almost like PTSD
Yeah.
of junior high.
Had to
We're
do
like,
what we had to do.
We had to do while we were in there. Doesn't make us bad people. You know what I mean? Like,
Just
I
following
love
orders.
You. It's just following orders. Yeah, dude. Everybody turns in. And all of a sudden, everybody's Dana White in the middle of the. Just all of a sudden, it's like, oh, dude, flagpole 3:00. Rafe said he's gonna wreck your head, dude. I'm like, I did not say that. I never said that. He's like, oh, Derek says you don't have the stones to meet him. And then it's next thing you know, we're like, I guess we're doing this, dude. Gloves off.
All right.
Did you
backpack
do you like
down.
Seinfeld so much because your arch nemesis was Newman as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a good
Newman.
call.
She threw you in a bush.
Newman.
Oh, I'll never forget that. And I called her Man Newman. Oh, boy.
You really
She
brought
picked me up. It was like Darth Vader picking up the Emperor
Just by the neck.
in Return of the Jedi and throw a memory when he threw him down the shaft.
Oh yeah.
She picked me up.
Feet off the ground.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I can imagine doing the old '80s wrestling spin, just spun you and then
Right in the thorn bush. And you know when you land in a thorn bush, I know it's happened to
and it goes.
everybody.
"Whoop."
And you go, and you can't move. And you go, ah!
Only your voice is changing, so it sounds like, ah!
Right. Yeah, high pitch.
Oh, that is great.
Screw you, man, Newman.
Newman.
Yeah, once you put me down, I'm really going to get you.
I wonder what she's doing now. Let's take a break.
She's a U.S. Senator. Congresswoman from New York shall be recognized, Jan Newman.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I hope so.
All right, Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From St. Louis, Mickey Garcia is our Team Rizz Member of the Day.
By the way, Jan is the hero here. By the way, if you really, if you zoom out a little bit,
100%.
you call her names. She threw you in a bush and ended it.
Were you retaliating?
This is the Karate Kid thing.
I don't remember why I said it.
This is the karate thing.
Yeah, where you're actually the bully. And
Okay, Daniel, son.
She was a year older than me. I probably deserved it. I'm not,
Yeah, you called her Man Newman. She was
People hold
going
on to
through her
that stuff,
ugly
too, man.
phase.
Yeah, man. She's just trying to get to the bus, man. That's all.
People hold on to that stuff. There was a guy in my school that was like 5 years older than me named Jamie Snyder. And only just because it rhymed, when he would get off the bus, people would go, Pale Rider, Jamie Snyder. And it made him so mad. And it's not even really, and it's not even an insult.
It's meaningless.
He became a state's attorney. I got a DUI and had to call the state's attorney's office, and he answered, and he's like, is this Rafe? And I go, yeah, this guy's 5 years older than me. And I was like, yeah, man, I kind of got into, I was 19. I was over the legal limit for 19. And I was like, yeah, man, I kind of got pulled over. And he's like, I'm like, you think you'd help me out? You know, we went to school together. And he goes, you remember Pale Rider?
Oh, man.
Jamie Snyder? And I'm like, yes, I do. And he's like, then I don't think I'm going to be helping you at all. And I'm just like, bro, I was 5 years younger than you.
Yeah,
like, I was a
you dunked.
I like that.
Huh?
I'll vote for him.
Dunked. Like he's been
He
waiting
dunked,
for
but like
that.
he was, but it was kind of pathetic. You know what I mean? To hang on to something like that, like you're a state's attorney. Like the coolest thing you could have done is like, hey, remember when you used to make fun of me? But it was like, I didn't do it. I didn't start it. I was just going along with the older kids in the bus so I didn't get my ass kicked.
everybody else was,
personal.
but everybody else officer was speeding.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, dude. The school bus was the social hierarchy of the school bus, according to how far back you sat, was very important. Okay? That was the closest thing to like clout. Social media clout. Like, you just wanted to be between the wheel wells. If you were in front of the wheel well in the front, you had behavioral problems. Something was going on. If you got behind the back wheel well, you had to fight for that little seat in the back. That was the cool guy. Jason Coben sat back there. That was the guy spitting into a Dr. Pepper cup because he was chewing on the bus on the way home. He just wanted to be in between the wheel wells. That's all I ever aspired to be. So if the kids in the back were saying Pale Rider, I was saying it with them. Okay? I was a victim here.
I'm just looking to fit in. That's it. I just want to survive.
That was it.
All right, Mickey Garcia. Mickey has been an avid Rizz Show listener since the beginning, appreciates all the Rizz gang does for the community, how passionate we are about ensuring it's all about the listeners and not the fame. Mickey enjoys how the Rizz Show always makes sure that everyone is entitled to their opinions and will never bend to societal expectations.
Oh, perfect timing.
Well, thank you. Mickey Garcia is the Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get to super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back after the break. It's the Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs. We roll on with round number 1. It's the number 4 seed up against the number 29 seed, up against the number 13 seed, up against the number 20 seed. 4 ads, 2 move on, all based on your votes. Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs are next. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz the socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs. Round number 1 continues next. Also, we'll play Do It Bitch. Lern's version.
And
Lern's version.
And I'll still be getting shot, possibly, because the rules still apply for the host.
That's right. That's right.
So whatever the wheel says, team, I got to back. But, I got a good one today for everybody. Buckle up, boys.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'll buckle up.
I love when you play.
Our asses are on the line.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. We'll give away some prizes. Mark Norman tickets. We got tickets to go see Asking Alexandria. Tickets to go see The Offspring. We have tickets for tomorrow's Rizz birthday bash over at St. Louis Music Park with The Urge and Stabbing Westward, Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Hey, if you're going to the show, stop by the point table when you walk into the venue and grab yourself, here's the camera, a Happy Birthday Rizz koozie.
How cute is that?
Huh?
And this shirt.
Happy Birthday Rizz shirts. Koozies for free, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I love that
While supplies last.
a guy who hates having a birthday, who's having a birthday today, is having a huge birthday concert tomorrow. It's going to be birthday.
Well,
That's what
pizza
makes
for
it
you.
so special.
Yeah.
Is that he normally doesn't do the stuff like this.
Yeah. Although I did have a pretty good 40th birthday party.
Okay. I want you to love your birthday. That's my goal as your friend. I want you to feel good about getting older.
I think my favorite birthday ever was my 40th.
Good.
Like, I had a nice time at my 40th birthday party.
And that was a surprise party at your house?
No, it wasn't a surprise.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise.
Oh, just a party.
My wife is like, you got to celebrate your 40th. And she made me do it, and I'm glad she did.
That's good. We're going to have a good time tomorrow.
So, we'll celebrate my 45th in style.
Champagne. Right?
Pain. Oh,
Bucket list. Champagne.
Maybe a birthday cake. I don't know.
Who knows?
Good.
Who knows?
Who
Who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow?
3,000-4,000 of my closest friends.
Yeah.
It's nice.
What a night.
What a night. Hey, before we get to the Freak of the Year playoffs, listen, if you get your kicks by dressing up in a mascot costume, listen, I'm not judging.
Yeah?
I do
I'm not judging you. But you still can't commit assault, even if you're wearing a cute dog costume. So and we all know what furries are, right?
Uh-huh.
So a bunch of furries had a big beach party near L.A. on Saturday. It's an annual thing called the Sunset Beach Bonfire Fur Meet, where people show up dressed as animals. And I think we have a couple furry listeners, not like Harry, but like people who like to dress up in costumes.
In the room you're talking about?
No, listeners. We have listeners who celebrate the furry
Scott?
lifestyle.
How do you know that?
Because they've said, hey, I do this. And remember, a couple of sent in pictures of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
What dressed up as what kind of furry?
The one is...
It was like a cat type of
she
creature.
made us the pins, the enamel pins. A cat, right? It's like
was it blue?
Yeah, blue and black and a little bit
Like a
of
very cool costume.
gray.
Yeah.
And you think it's the misconception is these people that dress up in these costumes just like to dress up as, creatures and bang. But it's not.
It's not all sexual.
It's not all sexual.
No, it's not about the creature.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, so the Sunset Beach Bonfire Fur Meet happened near LA last Saturday. People showed up dressed as animals, but things got even hairier than usual this year. Some guy refused to stop filming them. So one of the head furries, a guy I'll call Wolf Pirate,
Right on.
started beating the guy with a bullhorn.
Oh, my.
Oh, and it's all on video. Oh, there's footage. He tells the guy, leave or we will make you leave. And then he starts swinging the bullhorn, clocks the dude on the side of the head. The guy goes down like a sack of potatoes. Other people pile on after that, including one other furry. Wild. It's a wild scene. I don't know who the guy filming them was, but somebody online claimed his name is Ren and that he is also a furry who got kicked out of the group.
Aww.
Either way, Ren starts bleeding.
Rogue male.
He's scream. He's bleeding. He's screaming. He yelled, "This is what furries do to you, man." He also yelled, "I'm going to sue you until you don't have a life."
Man.
And there are photos and videos of the aftermath, including a shot of Ren sitting on the sand with his head wrapped in gauze. Cops eventually show up. There's footage of one of them tackling the second furry who piled onto the fight. I don't know what happened to Wolf Pirate. At least one report suggests he did get arrested.
No animal control, huh?
No.
Can you imagine as a police
Just
officer?
big nets.
Yeah, I was kind of picturing them all getting netted.
You show up as a police officer. Maybe it's like your third week on the job at this new district, and this is what you're rolling into. And you're going, Gee, what am I doing with myself? What am I doing with my life?
Can you really arrest them if they're just kicking into their natural instincts?
Well, Scott, it's funny to see the furry run down the beach and a cop chase him and tackle him.
With one of those long poles.
Yeah.
With like a hoop, with a loop. I got him by the neck.
Right.
Come on,
All right,
buddy.
swing
Just
him
get
into
the
the
truck.
box.
Yep, they got to swing him into the truck.
Here's the moment that a furry dressed as a dog attacked the guy with a megaphone.
You will make you leave. You can let go of them anytime.
Yeah. Crazy scene down there on the
Slap
beach.
fight.
Crazy scene down there on the beach. All right, well, again, if that's your thing, God bless you. I would say as long as you're not hurting anybody, but somebody here got hurt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys ready? Let's get into the Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs, round number 1. So it's a 32-team single elimination tournament. So we've got 4 ads going at it today. 2 of the ads moving on to the next round. Round number 2 of the Freak of the Year playoffs. And it'll be all based on your votes. You will vote via Twitter at Rizzuto Show. Top 2 vote getters move on to the next round. So Lern's going to start reading the ads. And then voting's open. Let's get into it. All right. So we have the number 4 seed up against the number 29 seed, 13 seed, and 20 seed. All right, Lern, I'm ready.
Okay.
It's ad number 1 coming at you.
Mukbang helper, woman for anyone 30 years old, Vancouver. Hello, fellow mukbangers.
Hello. Hi.
I didn't know. Hi. Oh, hi.
Looking for a partner for an extreme eating and eliminating show. I'm fairly new to the game, but I'm already psyched for the next level. You'll come to my place and feed me ramen, burgers, chicken fingers, candy bars, gummies, bacon, Takis, fried fish. You name it, I'll stomach it. I'm an eating machine. Of course, I'll be live streaming on my channel. Part 1 is the eating. Part 2 is the eliminating. I don't purge after all that food. You'll wait with me for about 24 to 48 hours and document my bowel movements. My bowel movements. I can't actually stream what happens in the toilet, but you'll be the reporter on the scene. You'll be describing the smell, texture, and amount. We'll weigh it. You can even sketch it. I know my viewers are curious. It's been my number 1 question. I eat more than anyone, and I eliminate more than anyone. Let's go on this journey together and become stars and maybe make a little money. I don't know anyone else who's doing a 2-part show.
This is a job posting. This is a job posting. This is a business.
Why am I picturing
This is an entrepreneur.
this sketch like DiCaprio sketching Kate Winslet in Titanic?
I thought of the leprechaun.
I did too.
in the news.
The amateur sketch is where I went to.
Could be a leprechaun.
Okay, so this is a 2-parter. Part 1, the eating. Now, do you know what mukbanging is?
I can guess, yes.
Mukbanging is, I mean, it's a huge.
I don't think
It's a
what you
huge
think.
thing on YouTube. It's a voyeuristic thing where you watch somebody eat.
You watch people eat.
That's
like
all?
That's it?
The elimination isn't part of a
the
mukbang?
elimination is normal, not a part of
So
it.
you eat and then you bang?
No,
No,
it's
it's nothing.
there's nothing.
Sounds
why is it called
grosser.
a mukbang?
It sounds more nefarious than it is.
But it usually is an abnormally large amount of food somebody's eating.
yeah, sometimes
And
it's
that's
just like
exciting.
2 people eating in a car and like reviewing the drive-through like in real time, which is also weird.
Is that mukbanging though? I thought mukbanging is just
Excessive.
a large amount of food.
Sure.
Somebody eating.
Why would they call it bang then? If there's no.
I think it's a Korean
Because
thing.
I got nothing to hide.
Okay.
The ones that are trying to hide it are making all those cutesy names.
Part 1, the eating. Part 2 of this is the eliminator.
I see. Okay.
So and that's not normal.
The Golden Corral the other day.
That's not normal.
Yeah, we had a mukbang at the Golden Corral.
Yeah, it is from a Korean word, also known as an eating show. It's an online audio-visual broadcast in which the host consumes various foods.
There it is.
Okay.
Well, this was the winner. Back on February the 2nd, we call this ad Lady Caca.
Caca.
Caca won the week with 76% of the vote. That's why it is your number 4 seed in the Freak of the Year
Just an
competition.
entrepreneurial entertainer looking for an assistant.
Yep.
That's all. This is a job
You're right.
posting.
Talented
It is a job
assistant.
Classified.
Yeah. All right. That's Lady Caca, our first ad. On to ad number 2. This is our number 29 seed.
Wow.
Lern coming at you.
Are you my hairy hero? Woman for man, 57 years old, Montreal. Looking for a hairy man to come over so I can shave you and then put your body hair on my face and body. I'm a very bald person. I'm in my late 50s, and sometimes I get self-conscious about the baldness and how blinding my white skin can be. I'm looking for a big, hairy man to come over so I may shave your entire body and then paste your hair on my face. You must be big, and you must be very hairy. Please stop shaving now. I don't mind if your body hair is salt and pepper, but please make sure there's plenty of it. I'm going to shave your nethers down and then take your curly cues and stick them all over my face and my chest. Pretty soon, I'll look like you once did. What a weird line. This would give me a great thrill and help me feel less alone in this pale, hairless existence that I found myself in. Fear not. I will have all of the supplies to make this a smooth process. Please send a shirtless picture of yourself to this email if you're interested, and I will decide who is hairy enough for my liking. I'm thinking of a Magnum PI era Tom Selleck hairy, and yes, I will be scraping off your pubes. This is a must.
All right. That
And this
was
is a gal? This is a gal.
woman.
They don't write like a gal.
I like that that's what we're hung up on.
No, you know what?
Yeah,
This
you're right.
that plays into it. But that
I'm just
plays
saying-
definitely into
Yeah, I
it.
try to visualize, as within reason, within my stomaching sometimes. But I'm imagining a gal with putting a Beavis and Butthead beard on herself.
Right. Right.
You remember that time when they were trying to get beards and they were like gluing it on themselves?
That's what I'm going to have to do for my bucket list beard wish.
Yeah, this is Rafe. Rafe wrote
It's probably me. I was envisioning something like way more hard to watch, just like a woman with alopecia, just dancing around with putting her curlies all over her, and being like, "Do you think I'm sexy?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was hard. It might be the winner for me just because of my own visualization.
This was a plan. So this was this didn't win their week,
Okay.
but we brought this ad back. This was an ad originally done on April the 20th, 420, brah.
Yeah, bro.
Body Hair Molina.
Body hair Molina.
Body Hair Molina. I do enjoy the, I'm thinking a Magnum PI era Tom Selleck hairy.
Go straight to a visual with that.
On a gal.
On a gal.
On a gal.
Again.
It's a good look, though.
On a gal. All right, Body Hair Molina are 29 seed in the competition. All right, on to the next one. Ad number 3. Playoffs continue. Lern coming at you.
Branding of the Heretic. Women for Everyone, Calgary. I want to start a sex cult. I can't say it any more straightforward than that, and I hope whoever is reading this appreciates my candor. Most cult leaders hide their intentions within self-help or religious mumbo-jumbo, but not me. This cult is all about sex and the power dynamic of you worshiping me as a goddess. I'm an independently wealthy woman with my own compound, and all I need are some followers and some acolytes. As a member of my chosen children, you will be absolutely subservient to me. And I'm open to ideas about games we can play and positions within the structure of my organization, but I am ultimately in charge, and the below are non-negotiables. Here we go. Upon arrival, you must be willing to surrender your physical possessions to me and complete the ritual of shame and flame. I won't go into every detail here, but know that you will be locked inside of a gilded cage that represents a, quote, man's natural lust for gold. This is the beginning of an arduous 3-day cleansing ritual with a series of challenges that culminates in the, quote, branding of the heretic. After you accept my mark and are made clean by the flame, you will then join the other chosen children in this seance room where you will receive one positive compliment from each member before we all snort blow off of a blade of a buck knife and commence the breeding ceremony. Email me now for more details.
This sounds great, by the way.
This person's in jail. You can't do this.
That person's in charge.
This person is rich.
I mean, because I'm watching Game of Thrones again, the crazy religious guy who like has the cult with the dudes with the like.
Oh yeah, the High Sparrow.
Yeah, the High Sparrow.
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy too. This is the High Sparrow.
This reminds me of what we went through to get hired on here at Hubbard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Except it's 4 days in the gilded cage.
Oh yeah.
What was that one? What was the rank on that one?
This is the number 13 seed.
Okay.
The number 13 seed, winner back on April the 13th with 63.5% of the vote that week. That's Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter.
That's such a good name.
It is.
Perfect. Home run, whoever did that.
So this is a woman.
Another woman.
Another woman
Boss lady.
who wants to start a sex cult.
Plain and simple.
Let the breeding begin.
Well, the shame and flame and the branding of the heretic are pretty.
How about we all snort blow off the blade of a buck knife?
Yeah.
And then,
But
Hey, it's
after we
US
get
made.
a compliment from everyone in the group.
yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Boy, you have white teeth.
Wow.
Your emotional IQ is very high.
Like a Hoover. Yeah. And then may the breeding ceremony commence.
Yeah.
All right, that's Ann Coulter, our third freak this week, and the number 13 seed in the competition. All right, on to the fourth and final freak of this week, the number 20 seed. Lern, coming at you.
Naked in the dumpster, man for man, 35 years old, Old Halifax. It was the most magical experience I ever had. Walking up and down the back alleys looking for something, anything, to make me feel alive. And I noticed some old thrown out porn DVD covers in the dumpster of a local store. I couldn't believe my luck, but I knew that with the clothes on my back being the only possessions in the world, that I couldn't risk soiling them. I removed my exterior garments and jumped into the metal bin to begin digging for treasures of the masturbatory nature. That's when I stood up and saw you there holding your trash bags. It was obvious that you weren't expecting me as you took out the daily trash from your work. You were standing there looking perplexed yet intrigued, and there I was wearing nothing but sneakers, standing in your dumpster, joeing while holding placards of all the dirtiest new porn DVD releases. Oh, and it was a sight to behold. Your eyes meet mine, and there was an awkward silence before you turned and walked the other way. I am sure you felt the same thing I did. You were the store employee wearing a yellow shirt, and I believe you were the manager. I was, of course, the naked 30-something with a few good teeth. Please respond ASAP as my data on my phone expires in 2 days. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
All right, that was the winner back on March the 2nd with 51.9% of your vote that week. Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Caught joeing behind a store in a dumpster.
I like this.
It also sounds like a great album title, Treasures of a Masturbatory Nature.
A Few Good Teeth.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
a good one,
working
too.
title of A Few Good Men.
That's the new Guns N' Roses record that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, so this person was caught joeing in the dumpster by somebody who works at another establishment, probably in the strip mall.
To not even to porn DVDs, to their backs, to like the covers of the porns, right?
Yeah, just to the
Just
covers.
the cases, yeah.
Hit back fast. That data's about to expire.
Man.
Oh, I hope they found each other.
Yeah, but they did.
I hope they found it. All right, there you go. There are the four freaks of this week. You had Lady Kaka.
That's right. This is a mukbanger that is basically looking for an assistance because she can't stream you know, what's going to be the aftermath
Yeah.
of the mukbanging, but she wants you there to film it and describe it to the listeners as she makes waste.
Documents all the bowel movements.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Then you got Body Hair Melina.
Another gal. This is a gal in Montreal that wants you, a hairy guy, to come over so she can shave you, yes, all of you, to stick it on her face and her head. She wants Tom Selleck's look.
Yeah. Tom Selleck, hairy. Then you got Ann Coulter.
This gal is starting a sex cult and wants to come over, wants you to come over and go through all the intenseness of being her chosen children. It's going to involve snorting coke off buck knives, breeding ceremony, and a whole lot more.
And you just heard from Ben Stiller. All right, guys. We got to endorse one. Now, 2 of the ads will be moving on to the next round. Again, all based on your votes. But we are only going to endorse 1 each.
Okay.
So, Lern, I start with you.
I'm going straight Lady Caca because I try to put myself in like the person answering the ad. Like if I were looking for something like this, and that's disgusting. And I couldn't go there in my mind. I could, you know what? I could paste anybody's beards on my face, but I cannot go in and sketch your poop.
Okay.
Not for me.
Lern going with the number 4 seed, Lady Caca. I'm going to go to Moon next. Moon?
You know, I don't think there's a runaway here. There's a couple entrepreneurs that are just here to make some money, really. And I do think that Ann Coulter is probably doing some business here and also an entrepreneur in a sense. But I think I'm going to vote Ann Coulter, and this is why. A lot of these things are, you know, like he got caught in the dumpster behind the store. Okay, well, the hair thing, you know what? I'm going to go back to the hair thing. I was going to go Ann Coulter because she's talking about a 3-day cleansing ritual, and that's intense. But I think she's a close second now to the hair one. Now that I'm thinking.
I'm feeling that one, too.
This is a gal who wants to shave a stranger down and use the hair to paste on her face and some other things.
All sorts of hair. It could be the pubes. It could be the chest hair.
Yeah, I can't figure that one out in any sense. So I'm going to. That one takes it for me.
Yeah,
that's Body Hair Melina.
And that's our number 29 seed. And I think that's a sleeper.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's the Gonzaga of this bracket.
Lern, the first one seems so crazy.
Right.
But there's such like a niche market for that, and people are like intense. And if they're saying that one of the big questions they get, they already have viewers. And if the big question from the viewers is, what's the aftermath like? And there are rules about sharing that in particular ways. This sounds like a smart move, in fact. So I'm not going to put nobody's business down. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're a businessman yourself, so.
As a businessman myself, But I'm going body hair. Rafe?
Body hair was good. I have to look at this objectively from a freak standpoint. And I'm like, Body Hair Melina was weird. Lady Caca's weird. But I didn't hear a lot of sexual stuff in there. It was more the act itself of the pasting of the pubes, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a good ceremony.
And you know, the dumpster, you could get that in downtown St. Louis on a Tuesday. If you go in the right alley. So I'm going to say I'm going Ann Coulter because I think there's a lot of layers to what's happening there. Okay. It's freaky. It's sexual. Moon thinks she's in it for the money, but she said she was independently wealthy. So I think she's in it for the freak.
Okay. King Scott.
Well, I really do like Lady Caca. As an artist who's good at sketching, I have a number 2 pencil. So this would go hand in hand here. But I think what I'm going to, it's between Ann Coulter and Body Hair Melina for me. And I think just putting the Pueblos on your face there, I think that one gets me. That's the winner. I'm going to go for that.
So King is going with Body Hair Melina. All right, so Lern is endorsing Lady Caca. Myself, Moon, and King Scott, Body Hair Melina, and Rafe is endorsing Ann Coulter. Boy, I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, this is a good week.
Top 2 vote getters move on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Voting is now open at Rizzuto Show, and we will have the winner when we sign on tomorrow. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Lern has your crap on celebrities, and I got a little extra thing for you, a little extra story. Man, I don't mean to victim shame on this one, but come on.
I don't mean to victim shame on this one, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be with me on this one too.
I feel like I did that earlier with Jamie Schneider, Pale Rider. He's out there. He married a friend of mine. He's probably a good dude. I don't know why it affected you so much. I'm sorry, man.
I love it.
Man, I'm glad we got that.
I was sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, I did think it was kind of weak sauce to bring it up in the meeting we had when you were state's attorney. But you know what? If it affected you, I apologize, man.
Man, look at the big guy over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm just human, man.
Do you need a ticket fixed? Is that what's going on
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, man. I actually got I got a pretty big court date coming up.
All right, 7:52. Thursday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. Lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 44 westbound after 270. We also have a lane blocked due to debris on 270 northbound at Gravois. And there are delays 55 northbound between River City Boulevard and Gasconade. Average speed down to 30 miles an hour. Your point forecast, breezy and partly cloudy, high of 87, low of 65. Right now it's 66 at the Point Studio, and your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Well, it's Britney, bitch, and it's also divorce bitch, too. Alec Baldwin back in the news, the new GNR song, and we try another list. This time, classic literature edition of influenced movies.
All right, we got
Riveting
that.
stuff.
We got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there. Has anybody seen that MTV show, Catfished?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it. I know about
I
it.
saw the guy.
Pushing a weird name.
Neve?
You don't
Neve.
usually want to admit that. Oh, you mean just randomly?
Oh, they go, host.
You know what I mean? He caught you?
Or something.
Neve,
I
that's
saw
it.
him at a Pride Parade in New York, and it was just like kind of, it's weird to see someone out of their element like that.
Like, oh, that's the dude from Catfished.
I was like, down here at the
Wait.
Pride Parade, there's lots of catfishing.
What's the
going on.
guy from Catfish doing at my house?
Yeah. Uh-oh. And so Lern, explain what being catfished is.
Okay, so you're online and you think you're talking to a really hot chick. And, everything's going great. And then you realize, that's not who you're talking to at all. In fact, it's a hairy man who is just trying to, like, get your money. That's catfishing.
Yeah.
That's one example of it.
That's one example of it. And I do feel bad for the victims. But at some point, when the catfishing goes so far, and now, like, you're sending this person money.
Yeah, and it goes both ways. A lot of times men are catfishing women for money and some other things. And a lot of times women are catfishing men for the attention or the fantasy of it, right? I mean, that the one episode I remember watching, did they have like two different stories or something going on in one of the episodes?
I've never seen it. I know of the show. I know of the act of catfishing.
I think you're right.
Okay,
I think it is like two stories.
Yeah, because I remember seeing one of each, and the guy was doing it kind of like to be a manipulator. And the gal, they're both obviously manipulators, but the gal was doing it because
Just attention.
Extreme self-esteem issues, and and then of course we all know the catfish of all catfish, the Manti Te'o story.
Oh, Manti Te'o.
Holy
yeah.
smokes, man! It was like a 4-episode catfishing episode.
Is that the football player?
Yeah, it was
the Notre
guy
Dame
from Notre
guy.
Dame.
That was such an incredible story. What was that on Untold?
On Netflix. The Manti
You
Te'o
gotta,
story.
even if you knew that from the news, if you didn't watch that story, you have to watch that. That's one of the best documentary things where you're just like, I can't believe this.
That's the Notre Dame quarterback who thought he was talking to a woman. She wound up dying. It was a whole story as he
And
was
came
playing
back
the
to life.
championship game. She came back to life. It wound up being a dude. Wound up being a guy. Now, this story here, a Stranger Things obsessed woman fell victim to a catfishing scam when she began an online relationship with somebody she thought was an actor on the show.
Which actor?
That's where it
This is
gets
where the
great.
brilliance of this is. It's not like...
David Harbour.
Brilliance,
it's not David Harbour.
brilliance or idiocy?
Well, brilliance on the catfisher. Like, you don't want to pick, like, the
Hi.
kid who played Mike.
I'm Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah. or you don't want to be what's Eleven's name? What's her real name?
Oh, her Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
You're not going to pick like a main character.
Right. Side.
You're going to pick a secondary character to make it more believable.
Right.
Like the mullet guy.
Bing, 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 bing. Billy.
It was Billy?
It was
but
Billy.
he's like the hottest
Are you
one.
serious? No way. I didn't.
Yeah, but it's a secondary character.
Kind of. I mean, he
Kinda.
was kind of a main character in season 2.
Yeah, he's the
I was
main
thinking you were going to be
character
like,
in
I would
season
played one of the Russian scientists.
No,
in
no, no.
episode
Well, that's
3.
But see, if you do that, like that's too much of a.
You got to go somewhere in the
You
middle.
got to go somewhere in the middle.
Hi.
I think Billy.
I'm Sean Astin.
Or Matthew Modine.
But everybody knows Matthew Modine.
They really did pick the Billy character? Wow.
So
okay.
this
I
woman's
didn't know
name,
that.
her name is Michaela. She's a mom from Kentucky, married. So I guess she was in a marriage that, wasn't going great. She joined this online artist forum to make connections. She says, I'm incredibly excited to connect with my fellow filmmakers who share the same passion for the art of filmmaking. I'm currently seeking creative collaboration opportunities, and I believe that together we create something truly remarkable. This is what she writes on this forum. She later gets a message from a user named DKMH saying he would like to chat, and eventually they claimed they were a well-known actor. And the well-known actor was Decray Montgomery, who played Billy Hargrove on Stranger Things. DKMH is the title of his poetry book. And this Michaela woman says, me and him just really hit it off, but of course I'm suspicious from the get-go until he starts doing things that make me believe he is who he is. She says she's obsessed with Stranger Things. Billy is just this bully. He kind of comes in and tries to dominate, which is totally unlike his actual personality. Although they never met in person, Michaela says Montgomery was always complaining to her about his relationship issues. So now he's trying to get his hooks into her.
Yeah.
Some of those issues were how his girlfriend, a woman named Liv Pollock, controlled all his bank accounts, and he's having money problems, which eventually led her to sending Billy, Decray Montgomery, $10,000.
What are you doing? Maybe like $50. $10,000.
Well, they're on strike right now. He's not working.
And she says that's what they bonded over. He was in a bad relationship. She was in a bad relationship. He's venting to her. She's venting to him. He says his girlfriend's controlling. She says her husband's controlling. After a year of private messaging, the fake Billy Hargrove asked Michaela to be his girlfriend, even though they'd obviously never met in person. And the fake actor told Michaela, hey, we've got to keep this quiet.
Man.
I'm still in a relationship with this Liv Pollock woman. At one point, fake Billy Hargrove gave Michaela an ultimatum. You need to choose between me and your husband. This chick divorced her husband.
Oh, my God.
How? Without even meeting.
Without even meeting.
Dude, and you know what? That's always like the seed or one of the roots to all this kind of trouble that goes 10 steps down. The first step is always discussing your relationship with a stranger of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
How is that not, I mean, how do people not know that? Don't do that. You don't talk about your relationship with somebody from the opposite sex. Like, you don't do that. That's
someone from the upside down.
Well, okay, you're right.
Yeah,
Billy was there for a while, I guess.
He was there for quite a while.
I found out
Sounds like
yesterday.
more Vecna behavior to me.
Guys, yesterday I was at Busch Stadium and I found out a couple of things. First of all, I found out that third base is actually 5. So that's one thing I found out yesterday at the game.
The scorebook.
But also, because I'm so married and wrapped up in my husband, there's a Facebook group out there, and I won't share the name. There's women in a collective around St. Louis that have a Facebook group where it's essentially like, are we seeing the same person? Where, where
what?
they and I don't want to give the name of it out because I feel like it's a cool tool to have to make sure you're not being catfished by a married guy or something.
So why share that with all the women listeners we have out there?
Well, I don't want the dudes getting smart. Anyway, they post a photo of, like, if something starts going fishy, women will post a photo of a guy and then they'll be like, I'm dating this guy, but is anybody else dating this guy? And then other women will come forward and be like, I am also dating this guy. And it happened to somebody I know, and it was a freaking, he ended up being married.
And it was true?
And it was true.
Because I wonder if, like, people can, I mean, how do you vet that if somebody is like was done wrong by somebody in the past, and then they say,
Definitely.
"Oh yeah, I'm still dating that guy too," or something.
Could,
you know what I mean?
that could definitely be
Could
something.
happen.
And if a lady's looking for a guy, it's a great way to. And there's a handsome guy. He's like, yeah, my husband's a lawyer. He's this
Right.
and this. Is he seeing someone else? She's like, he's seeing me. And then they get divorced, and she's like, yeah, I got the guy now.
Oh, there could be all sorts of
Happened to
trouble.
somebody you know, though, huh?
Happened. So this person who told me this yesterday, I won't name names, said that she was dating a guy, and there was something weird about it. She went to this group and saw his photo in this group, and then somehow got in contact and figured out that this guy had a wife. The wife had no idea. This guy had like a separate apartment. He had like a whole separate life.
Whoa, he did the two life thing.
Two
huh?
life
the
thing.
Split life.
And he was dating like 4 chicks.
I found the page.
Well, he had a bookmark.
So
It was bizarre, man. I go, what if I get in there and my husband?
your ruse is over, ladies.
Yeah. Oh man.
You have to ask to join. It's a private group,
It's
so
a
it's
private
like
group.
you can't really infiltrate the group.
Wow.
I mean, how nuts is that?
Wow.
I had no idea.
43,060 members.
Whoa.
Dude, there's a
Don't
comedian
give it
that
out.
I'm
Don't-
not giving
all
it. You don't. Literally, I Googled. It's so easy to find. It's
All right.
not hidden. But it's a private group. So like, this is funny because I can't remember the comedian, and I don't want to rip bits. But somebody said like, women would be a good FBI agents, but it has to be personal. If you told them like the bank robber cheated on his wife, they'll get to the bottom of it, dude. It has to be personal. He cheated on his wife, and she's a friend of yours. And then he's like,
not that they robbed the bank. We're trying to figure out who it is, but the bank robber cheated on.
and we need to
your
find
friend.
him. We need to find out his whereabouts. It's like 30 minutes later, that guy's locked up.
Oh my gosh, dude! There's 110 new posts on that thing today.
Did you find it too? Yeah. Okay. Well, shoot.
Today, dude.
Oh, there you go, Lern.
Oh man.
You killed it.
Oh no.
It says no libel,
Okay,
no
well.
defamation, no libel.
It says be vague, minimal, no detail.
Picture's not very vague.
Everybody's saying on the instant feedback that there's one for dudes too.
Oh really?
So dudes can post pictures of women.
Oh yeah, don't think the slime isn't flowing.
Goes both ways.
here.
Oh, I know
It
the
goes both
slimes
ways.
that everybody's getting.
Well, back to this slime.
Sorry. Yeah.
Except all the guy's Facebook is just like, nice.
Congrats, man.
Are we dating the same chick? Nice. All the comments, sweet.
Well, now that Billy Hargrove convinced this woman to divorce her husband, he pops the ultimate question about marriage. And then he says, I might need a little help with my money, my queen.
Oh my gosh.
Liv has control of all the accounts, and I don't have access. So she starts sending him $100, $200 Visa gift cards, payment apps, cryptocurrency,
By the way,
all that stuff.
almost 44,000 on the. Are we? The what?
Yeah.
The
Say the number.
The guy one. 6,000.
The one I found has 13 members. Are we dating the same woman, STL? 13 members. 0 posts.
Yeah, this is like the mirrored one over here, and it has 6,000 compared to the 44,000.
Well, anyway,
fine.
I mean, I don't mean to victim blame here.
But you have to be smarter than this, babe. You got to, are you guys hanging out? You're wanting to get married to this guy. You've never seen him in person. Is he sending you like live photos? Hey, I'm at the mall today. Oh, send me a pic. I want to see how you look or dressed today. And he can't do that.
Well, the screenshot I saw was just a picture of him from Stranger Things.
Oh my god.
He just keeps sending the
Yeah,
photo
so he
over
used
and
that
over.
as his handle.
Yeah, investigators looking into this whole thing. I don't know if they got him. She's come out saying, "Hey, listen, I was a sucker. Beware. Beware of this person, this romance scammer."
Yeah.
She says, if you're somebody like me, you're afraid of abandonment and you're a real big people pleaser, and these scammers, they're just people that come in and leech off that. That's what makes me feel bad. I mean,
She divorced her husband.
she did.
She doesn't like abandonment.
Well, they weren't in a great relationship
Oh,
anyway, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah, what do we
He
know?
took
about
advantage
it?
of that.
That's what she says.
Yeah, this poor guy was like, "Man, what?" The husband is like, "What?
Wait.
What happened? You're dating who? You're leaving me for who?" Billy from Stranger Things? What?
Whom you have not met?
Yeah, what? All right, let's do Crap on Celebrities. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Sam Ashgari, do we know who this is?
Brittany's bodyguard / husband, right?
Yes, and he has filed for divorce from Britney Spears just hours after a story broke that they had separated. Their marriage has lasted 14 months. Sam citing irreconcilable differences for the split, asking for spousal support and attorney fees. Sources say he may contest the prenup that they signed before getting married in June of 2022. And an insider tells Page Six that Sam is, quote, attempting to negotiate concessions beyond his prenup and threatening to go public with extraordinarily embarrassing information.
What an a-hole. He has signed a prenup.
Yeah, this is bad. And also, like, you can't do that. You can't say, oh, I'm going to hold this stuff back. Like, that's illegal to do.
Well, that's blackmail.
Yeah.
You can't blackmail somebody into renegotiating your prenup.
Right.
That's why it's a prenup. You've signed it prenuptials.
Well, I feel bad because obviously Britney Spears, we all feel for her. She has things going on, right? There's mental things going on there. I love that her conservatorship is over. That was the right thing to do. But now I'm worried because
Was that the right thing to do?
I think it was.
Looking back, I mean, since that conservatorship ended,
yeah, I think it was the right thing.
She's been spiraling down this weird behavior hole, posting weird things.
She's always done that, though. The videos have been posted since she was under the conservatorship. So I don't think the dancing videos, that's been a thing that she just enjoys doing. Odd, don't get me wrong. But, like, I feel for her, though, because I feel like the one thing that Britney, that made me feel good about her was that she had a husband who seemingly cared about her. And to find out that he's such a-hole now is, like, really sad.
Do you really think the dad was such a bad guy?
I do.
I don't know. I don't know the full story.
Sure.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really know the full story. But it seemed like the dad was kind of keeping control of her finances, keeping her on a schedule of things.
I think that the family did it wrong, and I think that she's entitled to. She needs help. I'm not saying she doesn't have problems going on. There's better ways to help somebody than just controlling their entire lives like that. Like she needs to have some freedom. She's an adult. She's had success. She needs to get her life in order. I don't know how to do that necessarily. I hope that she has somebody in her life that can help her, but not take control of her.
Did they get married prior to her having the conservatorship taken away?
It was around the same time.
Around the same time.
I think it was just after.
So it's almost as if the conservatorship was protecting her from things like this, and immediately she made a horrible decision.
Yeah, I think we got to kind of zoom out of it and go, there's probably a ton we just don't know.
For sure.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I can't.
Always.
At least there was a
I don't know
prenup.
the way in there.
Yeah, now this guy's trying to release info. Info if you don't. That would
That's
scumbag
wrong.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
painted where this guy was controlling her and she couldn't live her life. And from what I remember, her life was in a pretty rough spot before it.
Yeah.
And then she got her business back on and her finances were taken care of and she was living a fairly, like, I'm going to say.
From what she was putting out there, it was like a huge house. You know,
like a handled life.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I just wish all the energy that went into Free Britney would go into Help Britney.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people fell off the bandwagon
Yeah.
when it became, I don't actually want to deal with the problem she's having.
All right, now you're free.
An opinion.
All right.
I just wanted to have an opinion about her family matters. I don't actually want to.
Which I know a lot.
Well, it's like
about.
you let somebody out of prison,
Yeah.
and okay, cool, we did it.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think Britney is very well respected in her business. I feel like Paris Hilton was on a podcast not too long ago, and she had some intel about how lovely Britney is, and like it wasn't her just being. Because they both had certain things in their lives happen to them where they were being controlled by their parents. And so she had empathy for her. And I feel like more celebrities that have their crap together should come rally around her, honestly, and try to help her because they understand the pressure of that level of success and everything that comes with it that can be damaging to your mental health. And not
This woman's got some serious problems.
Yeah,
her
but-
kids won't talk to her.
Where did the problem start, though? Like, is this a genetic thing?
Who knows what's wrong with her? Who
Child
knows?
stardom.
Yeah.
And that
So
plays
where
into maybe like
get the
bipolar and
get the Olsen twins in there, have an intervention.
no,
That's
this
what I
woman
mean.
has some serious mental issues, and she needs
Well,
help.
she's
She
kind
does
of on
need
the.
help.
I feel like this happened with Justin Timberlake. She's going to release a book telling his dirty secrets. He tried to block that, and now she's on the other side of that. I would have liked to have seen him instead of taking that route, been like, "Hey, you publish whatever you want, but let's talk. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a weird balance.
Let me make up for the way I treated you."
Yeah.
There's a weird balance between the freedom and help thing, and you're like,
For sure.
who knows? No one can ever say if there was a net good or a net bad from the whole
It's hard to tell,
conservatorship. But I mean, that's the point of it. Is you got to do some really hard, difficult things for a net good overall.
Well, I read she's worth about $70 million.
It's not bad.
Where-
I would
that's-
think more.
She's worth about $70 million.
I would have thought more, wouldn't you?
She hasn't worked in a long time, though, right?
She made a lot of money off Vegas.
And that was the last thing she did
Yeah, that
a
was the
couple
last
of
thing she
years
did.
ago, right?
Good luck to
Anyway.
everybody involved,
I hope she does
Wish her the
well.
best.
I'm wishing her the best.
Except the
always.
dude.
except the dude.
Except
that
that
guy.
guy.
That guy can
Screw that guy.
be screwed up. Yeah. Alec Baldwin may not be getting off the hook of the fatal shooting of cinematographer
Helena Hutchins.
Helena Hutchins on the set of Rust. New report concludes the star must have pulled the trigger despite his denial of it. Now special prosecutors who dismissed the involuntary manslaughter charges against Baldwin back in April said that they could be refiled. And there was a report out by Fox who says, although Alec Baldwin repeatedly denies pulling the trigger, given the tests, findings, and observations reported here, the trigger had to be pulled or depressed sufficiently to release the fully cocked or retracted hammer of the evidence revolver.
That's the one thing. If he lied,
Yes.
if he just would have told the truth and said, yeah, this is what happened.
Right. So, I mean, and I hate
What a
this for him,
tragedy.
too. Quentin Aaron, who played Michael Orr in the movie The Blind Side, wants everybody to lay off his mama, Sandra Bullock. He says, I've heard some pretty disturbing things that people were saying about her, and I'm not behind that. Leave her alone. Don't come for my mama. I'm 6'8", 400 plus pounds, and you don't want those problems. I love him for that. The new Guns N' Roses track, which came out on Touch Tunes over the weekend, and then they covered that up really fast, has a new release on social media. So I want to play a little bit of this, get your thoughts on it.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. You know I'm a big Guns N' Roses
I know
fan.
you are. This is perhaps.
Our friend down the hall, Hooshe, who is probably the biggest Guns N' Roses fan
That I know.
on the planet. On it. Not only is he 7'1", but the biggest Guns N' Roses fan, blind faith Guns N' Roses fan. What did he give this?
He gave it a 7.5, I believe.
7.5.
It was in the sevens.
Yeah. He says it's not going to change the. I'll listen to the whole thing on
That's
my
a
own.
weird mix.
It's odd.
This is Chinese democracy era.
It was, yeah.
Like in that recording.
Yep, written and recorded during those sessions.
And then what Hooshe told us was they re-recorded it with Slash and Duff.
He would know.
So they took the old.
Is Fortis on that?
I would imagine.
Okay.
So they took the old, Guns N' Roses guys that were around during the Chinese democracy era, took them out, put Slash and Duff in, and this is that song.
So we'll see. I don't know if a full album is coming out, but there will be tracks coming forward.
And I will be at the show on September 9th.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I will be.
Me as well. This is interesting. The Killers brought a Russian guy on stage during a show in the nation of Georgia. They were trying to promote unity during it. Things did not go as planned.
Boy, oh boy, was this a misstep.
Yes. So Brandon Flowers, I read the transcript here, brings
Man.
out a guy. He's doing it to be sweet. He's encouraging the crowd to see him as their brother. Crowd got angry. Brandon Flowers then tried to smooth things over. He said, quote, if you can't recognize this guy as your brother, he's not your brother. Am I not your brother?
So they're in the
being
country
from America?
They're in the country of Georgia. He brings up a Russian guy.
Yeah.
And Georgians and Russians.
Russia invaded Georgia in 2008, and it still, to this day, occupies some of its former territory. And so this invasion of Ukraine has made even bigger mess for Georgia and Russia, okay? So this Russian guy gets
Pulled up on stage.
come on out. And anyway, Brandon Flowers is like, hey, I'm from America. This guy's from Russia. We're all brothers. Beautiful message.
Yeah.
He's seen Rocky IV.
Too little, too late.
You can change. We all can change. We all can change.
And he goes on. He says, one of the things that we have come to appreciate about being in this band is it brings people together. And tonight, I want us to celebrate that we're here together. I don't want it to turn ugly. Meanwhile, it did turn ugly.
I saw the audio. I heard the audio.
The crowd lost it. They're booing. Lots of people walked out.
Oh, man, the guy almost created an international incident.
And then now the Killers
Here's
had
Mr. Brightside.
issue an apology. It was a big
Maybe you
old
like
mess.
this one.
So, nice try.
Good God.
So I guess they pull somebody up on stage every show to play drums.
Okay.
So that's where they pull this Russian guy up to play drums. And
No Georgians can play drums, I guess? Like, come on.
I mean, maybe he just pulled up a guy randomly.
Well, how do you know he was Russian? Because he announced it like beforehand, so they had it like prepped before.
Yeah.
And it's when you read
Reeks of publicity stunt.
when you read the story and you're like thinking about the story, it's all 10 times worse when you watch the story. When you watch the videos, you're just like, oh God, because he knows it immediately. He knows like, oh God, this is a mistake.
But
And
he
tries-
doubles down?
Like,
and he
look,
tries to bail out. And he tries to bail out.
Could
and
you
he tries-
try this? You do uplifting. You say uplifting things during your shows. Like you have to know what Brandon Flowers was trying to do, what that band was trying to do.
Yeah.
And
Like, bring
could
the
you
world
just
together.
imagine
All Killers fans.
how bad it is? And it's like,
Oh
see
yeah.
no borders.
No, you see the plane crashing in his brain.
Killers without borders.
Killers without borders.
Yeah, you see the plane crashing in his brain. I mean, it's a car wreck, and he knows it. That's the thing. He knows it, and you have to watch him. You have to watch him know it. Now, by the way, they bring him up, and all this awkwardness happens, and then they got to play the goddamn song.
Right.
He's still up there for another 4.5 minutes.
Amazing.
Bet you we just leave.
This is it seems like a Borat skit almost.
yeah.
It feels awkward.
Like
I
we
love
lose the
that-
whole crowd and
I love the heart behind it and the hope behind it, but man, it just did not. Some things are
Bummer.
just beyond.
You gotta know your audience.
That's one of those where if he's anything like me, that'll haunt him for a few
you know,
nights of sleep.
This is his fault for thinking, oh, yes, we're all brothers and this music brings us together.
Yeah.
Like,
That'll
there's
get-
not
that'll
war
get a
going
cheer.
on.
that works in
You
certain
know, this
parts
is
of
the
the
same
world.
mentality. This is the same mentality as when Gal Gadot put out the
Imagine. Right.
Oh,
So-
Yeah.
And-
you know what? Cut the crap. We don't care.
If you watch the show, he says something about blah 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 blah. Hey, he's Russian, and he says the word Russian, and the whole place goes worse. Now, the only word you could say to make it worse is, "But he's your brother." He said Russian and followed it up with brother. The smooth.
Yeah, he should have said he's Russian, but don't worry, he's got a click track.
Oh my God, dude! It was
that way.
You got to watch the video. You should post it online.
It's just more cringe. What we were talking about earlier in the week, right?
Yeah, but it's a car wreck.
All right. And
Coming out of my cage.
finally,
And I'm doing.
And they're doing just fine.
got another list for us. We're going to try again this week. Maybe this one's a winner. Okay. I've thought about this before. A great movie from the 90s that I loved was 10 Things I Hate About You. All right. And I remember my literature teacher telling me, oh, yeah, that's The Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
Based on that, historic literature novel. So anyway, many movies that we love are based on literature. And so I was going to see if you guys could get some of these. So I'm going to give you the literature.
Is this the top 10?
Yes.
Or is this just movies based on literature?
This is the top 10.
Movies based on literature. So
Okay.
you give us the piece of literature, and we have to guess what movie
I bet
it
I
is.
can guess
Yes.
one.
Okay. So I'm going to start with number 10.
Go ahead.
The Merry Wives of Windsor by Shakespeare. The Merry Wives of Windsor by Shakespeare. We probably didn't read it.
Okay. No, not familiar with that one.
Stepford
Okay.
Wives?
Good guess. John Tucker Must Die.
Okay. I never saw that.
It's pretty good.
Never saw that. Is that Jackie Chan?
No. This is
John Wick you're thinking of.
the hot guy, and the cheerleaders team up on him and
Oh.
try and kill him.
Whoa.
What's his name? Taylor
Sexy.
Kitsch, right?
Is he the brunette?
Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty cute. Let's see. Jeffrey, is it Chaucer's Canterbury Tales?
Canterbury Tales.
Canterbury Tales. Idiot.
Why don't you just tell us?
A Knight's Tale. Okay, that was number 9.
Another Heath Ledger film.
What about Shakespeare's Hamlet?
Hamlet.
And everybody in here has seen this movie a million times because you got kids.
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Shrek.
Really good guess. In that realm, it's a cartoon. It's a Disney movie.
Sword in the Stone?
No, good guess.
Hamlet.
Let's see.
Oh, that's based on Knights
Why
of
don't you
Columbus.
just tell us?
Wait. The father, the skull,
Lion
the
King.
death, the cemetery.
Oh, you got it.
Outstanding. Okay.
You're getting at the board.
Point for Rafe. The Lion King was number 8. Okay, what about Shakespeare's The Twelfth Night?
Oh, that would be the Richard Gere one.
Nope. She's the Man. The movie is She's the Man.
Okay.
Okay. George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion. Pygmalion.
Pygmalion.
Pygmalion.
Why does it just tell us?
Very
Just tell us
popular.
what
All
it
right,
is.
number 6.
What is it? What was it?
She's All That.
Pygmalion?
Yeah. Dang it. Okay. I already said number 5.
She's All That is just when they take the glasses off of her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 5 was 10 Things I Hate About You, which is based on The Taming of the Shrew by Shakespeare. Number 4, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, not the one that you're thinking Claire Danes. It's a different movie. And I haven't seen this movie, honestly.
Romeo and Juliet.
What's the year?
There is no year.
Yeah, Nomeo and Juliet, the illustrator.
Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies is the movie. Number 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the zombie movie. That was actually really good.
Where they fall in love.
He's like a zombie, and falls in love with a human. And
Okay.
it kind of brings him back to life, and he starts to get his memory back. It's actually a pretty good movie.
Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice is based on this film. It's a rom-com. There was 2 sequels to it. What's her face? Renee Zellweger.
Oh, Bridget Jones' Diary.
Bridget Jones' Diary, number 3.
I got a point for that?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Number 2, Oliver Twist from Charles Dickens.
Madeline.
This is just Oliver and Company. I'm just going to give it to you.
No.
Number 2.
Cat? The cartoon?
Now, this one is the number 1 movie based on literature, Jane Austen's Emma. And we've all seen this movie.
Jane Austen's
90s.
Emma.
90s.
Clueless.
Clueless.
Oh! Luke gets a point. Is that a 3-way tie?
Yeah,
Yes.
baby.
Very good, you
All right.
guys.
Not literature. I'm little saying Roxanne is based off Cyrano of Bergerac. That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. Underrated Daryl Hannah and Steve Martin. Yeah, great movie.
Dude, one of the best movies based on something, if I remember right, is something that I don't think everybody's seen, and it's Bedazzled.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Is that Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's a
and
remake,
Elizabeth
right?
Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley.
I think it is a remake, but I think it's based on some old literature thing, too. I mean, it's
She's
like
the
the
devil,
devil.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
she
devil
is.
grants wishes and all that. That movie is his best role. It is so hysterical.
It is a good one.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. We got a couple big ones. Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Oh, Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie is 54. Gilby Clarke, Guns N' Roses rhythm guitar player who replaced Izzy, is 61. Sean Penn, 63. Belinda Carlisle, 65. Rick Hilton, that's Paris's father, I believe. Rick Hilton is 68. Kevin Rowland, that's the lead singer of Dexys, Midnight
Runner.
Runners, is 70. And Robert De Niro, good old Bobby D.
Oh, Bobby D.
Oh, hey, Bobby D. Godfather Part 2, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, The Deer Hunter, The Untouchables, Goodfellas, Awakenings, Casino, Analyze This, Meet the Parents. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Bobby D is 80 years old today.
Papa Bobby D.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Ryan Driller. So we got a hee-haw today. Today's birthday hee-haw has been in 1,415 fine films, including All Oiled Up 3, Asian Sex Buffet, Ass to Grass, Bad Girls Boot Camp, Big Boob Workout, Don't Break Me 13, in a movie called Double Booked. It Takes 3 to Please, Knocking Up the Nanny, Tales of Psycho Sluts 1, and who could forget his role in 2017's Seduced by the Succubus. Ryan Driller is 41 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. Yes, Rafe.
Just another honorable mention for a literature movie. There was a movie called Scotland, Pennsylvania, with Christopher Walken that was based on Macbeth, and he was like, it was about a fast food place called Macbeth's. It was like a weird black comedy that came out in the 90s. Check it out. It's
right.
good.
Isn't The Iron Giant based on some Shakespeare thing or something? I thought there was some big sort of thing with The Iron Giant. Speaking of, you want to move on.
We got to roll on. What?
I was thinking about this yesterday. It's not going to be quick. I was thinking about this yesterday. What are the kids like these days? What is like something that's in their mind, in their culture, in their pop culture, as far as what we're feeding them, like, you know, kids shows wise, that is just a standard that they don't realize? Because I realized that the standard when we were a kid, and think about this, was Giants. everything was giants. Andre the Giant, James and the Giant Peach, the Iron Giant,
The New York.
I just remember like everything had Jack and the Beanstalk. Like everything was based on every story had some giants. We were obsessed with giants. Never even our freaking green beans were.
I thought it was more robots.
There was a lot of robots, but think about how many things in our
I was a robot
in
kid.
our
now?
childhoods.
It's zombies now.
Yeah.
Is that the standard?
Yeah,
A
zombies.
lot of zombies.
Andre the
Zombies
Giant-
and werewolves.
Yeah.
Think about.
Andre the zombie, the Iron Zombie.
Yep.
The New York
Zombies,
zombies.
werewolves, and vampires.
Have you ever thought about
Yeah.
that though? How many stories? I mean, giants were just the topic everywhere. Like low key, every story was a giant.
Speaking
thing.
of-
Like, we were obsessed with it in the 80s.
Oh, Brother, where art thou? Based on Homer's The Odyssey,
There
where
you
John
go.
Goodman
That's
plays
number one.
the giant.
Yeah. That's an interesting
But
question.
we're all about
Right? Think about that.
body positivity now, so I think we gotta.
It's werewolves, zombies, and vampires now. All right,
my.
listen, we got to take a break. If you would take out the big wheel.
Oh, the Great
Moon.
Wheel.
The Great
It's
Wheel.
the Great Wheel.
The Great Wheel. Look at me.
Look what
How
was
you shall
happening
insult-
over here on your birthday.
I
Goodness.
insulted.
There's the wheel.
I insulted the Great Wheel. Take Warhorse off there.
Or leave him on. Maybe he'll just show up.
By the way, I didn't have a war horse on there. I had horse.
Take the horse off the wheel.
It said
Yesterday.
horse.
All right, so we're going to play after the break. Do it, bitch. Lern's version. So she's going to run the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll spin the wheel to pick the teams. We've got two teams. Each team is going to have a gambler and a guesser. The guesser will leave the room. Lern will give the gamblers a category. They'll have to go back and forth, betting on how many things their teammate will get in that category within 10 seconds. If the gambler thinks the other team has overplayed their hand, they'll say, do it, bitch. We'll then bring the guessers back in, see if the guesser can make good on the gamble. We'll face best of 5. Losing team gets shot in the ass with the airsoft gun. So, Moon, spin the
Yes.
wheel. Let's get our teammates.
Okay, the Great Wheel. I was just cheering when I took a.
Okay, spin the wheel.
Okay,
Let's
here
see.
we
Let's get the teams.
go. Oh, wait. Got to have Scott on there.
Oh, I need to be off the
King's
team.
on there.
All right,
Oh, yeah, he's on there.
Moon.
He's on
Yeah,
there, but
Rizz.
I'm not on there.
take me off.
Ready?
Right?
Yeah, here we go. Great wheel. Here we go. The first. Okay, so all right, I'm number 1.
Rizz.
You're number 1.
Wow,
Happy birthday, Rizz.
Okay, so. Ooh, you know what? The next spin, and I get to choose if I want them on my team.
Well, then why are we spinning? Then why are we spinning?
Yeah, why are you
The Great Wheel.
spinning?
You just.
No.
You insulted the Great Wheel, and now you've taken the power from
No.
the Great Wheel.
You don't want
It's
to
okay.
say
No,
don't
if I
want
would
them
have
on.
said, if
It's okay, it's your
it would
birthday.
have landed on Moon, I would have said you get to pick your teammate. Like if the next spin is your teammate,
Wait, what if you
or
pick
do
your
not
teammate?
want it as your teammate.
This is Learn Edition.
It's your birthday. Let's just do whatever you want.
No, you know what,
Am I
Learn.
spinning again?
You choose. It's
Yeah,
your game.
I'm the host. I'm sorry.
Your
Hello,
game.
everybody.
So
Oh,
the
hey.
next spin, what's the next spin going to be?
Hello,
My
host.
teammate or the?
The next team. It's going to be team 2. The captain for team 2. Your team captain 1. Team 2 is this. Let's go. Spin it. Hit
Okay,
it.
spin it.
Your enemy shall be.
It's an enemy.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You know.
Moon. Team 2 is Moon.
Okay, team 2 is Moon.
All right. Now, this next spin
Shut up.
is going to be who is on Team Rizz.
Here it
Okay,
goes.
who's it going to be? Is it going to be me and King or me and Rafe?
Oh yeah!
The Scots. The Scots.
This is good,
All right,
man.
Battle of the Scots.
Riz and King, Rafe, and Moon.
Okay.
Okay, there
All right,
you go.
this is
There are the
easy.
teams. You guys on the phone, get me 4 callers.
Okay.
You guys on the phone, who you get it back? Team Riz and King, Team Rafe and Moon. Now, how are we going to get who Lern's going to back?
Oh, yeah. You have to put me on there and do Team Rizz, Team Moon, and then spin it, and then whoever it lands on is who I back.
Oh, we'll do that after the break.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay, I got it.
314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. You guys on the phone will have a chance to win Riz Birthday Bash tickets tomorrow, Offspring tickets, Mark Norman tickets, or Asking Alexandria tickets. All right, we'll spin the wheel one more time next, and then we'll play Do It Bitch. All right, it is 8:40. Man, meat and cheese platter, a charcuterie board.
That is some of the best cheese I've ever had, and you know how Moon and I are
Well,
cheese
who's that
enthusiasts.
from? I want to give them full credit.
They're the Lou Charcuterie.
Valou Charcuterie.
Carly from. It's Carly
Oh,
from
the
the
Lou.
Lou Charcuterie.
I think you said Valou.
I probably did because I got cheese in my mouth.
The Lou Charcuterie. Carly, thank you so much.
Carly is awesome.
I just posted on Instagram.
Damn.
Everybody,
Wow,
follow
this
the Rizz
cheese.
Show. Check out our stories and look at this charcuterie
Oh
board.
man, this is a pro. This is a pro job.
Oh, yeah.
This is
What is that cheese?
It's dude, it's incredible. Go look at the website, and it'll tell you everything that they have. I celebrated my birthday this year with a Lou charcuterie board, and you know what's so funny is my stepson just celebrated his birthday, and we were asking him what he wants for his birthday. Right at the party, what do you want to have? You want to have pizza? And it's always like, just cheap pizza and whatever. He asked for a charcuterie board. That's what kids do these days. He's turning 10 years old. He says, "I want a charcuterie board," because we've had this kind of stuff in the house.
Do you remember the Honey Nut Cheerios commercial that has one of those little
honey dispensers?
The real thing.
Listen to this.
Okay.
That has to be the caramelized onion cheddar.
That's what I just had, dude.
What is going on?
Which one is that? This one?
Yeah, hit it.
It's
Oh
the
yeah,
hard cheese.
this is the third.
What's
This is
it
the
look
third
like?
piece I've had today.
That's the best cheese I've ever had.
Salami.
This is a grown-up Lunchable, dude.
It is.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, they do such a great job.
Truffle cheese, brie, Italian dry salami and roses, prosciutto,
That was my high school nickname.
peppered salami, Burzen garlic and herb.
That was mine.
Yeah, thank you, Carly. This is amazing.
Yeah, very kind.
You know what? Win, lose, or draw in this game, I'm a happy man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
me
You
too.
saved me. You
Okay,
saved
we're
me
going to
from
play
the agita.
Do It, Bitch. All right, it's Do It, Bitch, Lern's version, so Lern is going to take the helm here. But, hey, we have to spin the wheel, though, to figure out what team you're backing.
Do you want to get your teams, though, first? Like, you got callers that are going to pick second?
Well, let's spin the wheel to see. So the teams are, we spun the wheel before the break, me and King Scott and Moon and Rafe. And Lern is going to be facing the consequences of whatever team the wheel lands on.
That's
so,
right.
Moon, if you would spin the wheel.
What? Oh,
Spin the wheel.
I'm sorry. I'm eating.
Somebody said their misophonia is going crazy because you're eating on the microphone.
Me? This is the first time.
All right, Lern, you are now backing Team Rizz and King Scott.
Okay.
You're going to win.
I'm very happy about this.
You won.
I would have backed the birthday boy regardless of what
Thank you, I appreciate
the
that.
wheel said.
Good. We're glad to
so
hear
let's get our teammates.
Right.
Catherine, Team Rizz or Team Moon?
I know it's your birthday, but I'm going to have to go with Rafe and Moon.
Yeah, baby.
You
She
got
doesn't
that?
want
Come
tickets.
on, Lern.
Good
Got
choice.
that. Okay.
Catherine is Team Rafe and Moon.
Okay.
Dan, Team Rizz and King or Moon and Rafe?
Probably going to be a board for the price.
Yep.
What do you say?
Probably going to be a board for the price. I don't know what he said.
Are you
Dan.
paying for something, Dan? What's going on?
Dan. Dan.
Oh, no.
We got work to do here, man.
Oh, Dan.
Roy.
I'm done with Dan.
Roy.
Dan. Okay,
Dan.
now there's another Dan. There's another Dan. This is Dan too.
Dan, too, is with Rafe and Moon.
Rafe and Moon.
Oh,
Fine.
sorry. I was yelling at the other guy.
No, yeah, the other guy was Dan too. Okay. Bobby. Let me take a piece of salami as home.
Dude.
Do you want me to move the charcuterie board
This is
back
how we
to
have
you?
to do the games every time. I'm not nervous at all.
No.
I'm happy. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
This is the greatest. This is energy food.
The more cheese I eat, the softer the
It's energy food and chill food all at the same time.
All right, guys, so we're playing Do It, Bitch. Hello, welcome to the game. So we have Team Rizz and King Scott and Lern, and then we have Team Moon and Rafe. Now, Rizz, it is your birthday, so we're going to start with you. Do you want to be the guesser or the...
Can I defer to the other team?
Yes, you
don't
may.
think you can.
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
It's his birthday.
This is your birthday.
I
You
had
can
a
do whatever
birthday
you want.
back in March, so I'm going to go ahead and defer right back.
Well, mine was in April, so it was in between, so I'm
can't
going to
do
say
that.
whatever
I'm
Riz
deferring.
says.
All right, what do we want to do?
Okay. You must be deferred to. Do you want to be the guesser or the gambler?
Doesn't
What-
matter.
what
They're
do we
going to
wanna
get
do?
to pick, so
Yeah, I guess they...
whatever you want to do. You want to guess first? You want to gamble?
I'll be the gambler first.
Gambler
right.
first?
All right. Gambler is Moon. Guesser will be Rafe. Okay, great. And so now back to King Scott and to
I will
Rizz.
gamble first.
Perfect.
All right. So
I'm gonna gamble.
Moon,
Okay.
and guesser will be King. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Get out.
guessers, get the hell out. Gamblers, get another piece of cheese in your mouth.
Raspberry here.
Good luck, guys.
Hey, what is this? What is this? I can eat this too.
Time.
Yeah, that looks
This is
like
time?
Yeah.
You can't just eat that fresh.
Yeah, I would just put like a little maybe a little leaf on a
Oh, it
on a
smells so
salami would be
good.
pretty good. hmm
That's thyme. They spell it thyme, but it's pronounced time.
All right, are they at the
Yeah,
doors
they're-
closed?
okay.
So here we go. So
Woo, man.
I got a lot of topics, and so
Who starts? Who starts this?
you guys do.
No, like,
do you mean?
Like, am I going first? Since he
Rizz will go
deferred?
first.
Oh, of course.
Well, it doesn't matter. You could say
It,
one.
it matter. Everything
You could
matters.
say one.
Everything matters.
Doesn't
Let me take an
matter.
apricot. Everything matters.
Rizz,
Okay.
how many cocktails do you think King Scott can guess in 10 seconds? How many cocktails?
Cocktails.
Old fashioned, vodka tonic,
2.
Oh, yeah,
2
Rafe can do
cocktails.
3.
Okay.
King Scott will do 4.
Rafe can do 6.
Now, does like rum and Coke
Yeah,
count?
it does.
Man. So you're up to 6?
Yeah, Rafe's got 6.
Oh, good.
Oh, come on. Scott's got 7.
Do it, bitch.
All right.
So 6.
right.
So
Yeah, baby.
Rafe's got to guess 6
Yeah.
cocktails. Okay. All right, I'm writing this down. Okay, go ahead and bring them
Easy
back
peasy.
in. Here we go.
Oh, is it?
Can I just say, before anything's given away, we're such a food-motivated show
Yeah.
that this is the one time we played this game that no strategy was discussed. Everybody was just stuffing their
Everybody was
face.
eating.
We got out in the hallway. I go, I didn't say a word to Boone. Did
Right.
you guys talk at all? He's like,
No.
no. And I'm like, God, we're just a bunch
Scott's
of little
got
piglets.
salami.
Yeah,
his
dude.
mouth.
I've been eating this whole time. It's all good.
Well, Rafe, I hope you're all filled up, bud, because you are up.
Oh, boy. I definitely
like
thought it
this.
was Scott by...
And here we go. So in 10 seconds, you have to tell me.
Wait. Moon, you ready with the
Yeah,
timer?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're good. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm sorry, Lern. I know it's
I'm
your,
hosting.
I know it's your game.
I feel like everything's under control. All right.
It is.
In 10 seconds, Rafe, I need you to tell me 6 cocktails.
Martini, Boxcar, Captain and Coke, Jack and Coke, Dirty Martini, Gin Fizz.
That's
Bitch.
late with that. Sorry.
Congrats.
You got it. You got 6. Those were 6 cocktails. Okay.
Man, I should have done way better at that. I tended bar for 15 years.
Wow.
Man.
Point on the board.
That's a good.
All right, King. Or I'm sorry, Rizz.
Okay,
and
honestly, if I
Moon.
would have said.
Good job,
okay,
dude. Good
thanks.
job.
If I would have said Scott can name 7, would you have said do it, bitch?
Instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah. Because I would have. Water.
Damn it.
You guys get the hell out of here.
birds.
Okay.
Take your cheese and get out. Okay. All right, point on the board for Moon and Rafe. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, I got your squeezy.
You got my
I got hung
stress
up on
toy?
whether mixtures were cocktails. It kind of got in my own head.
I love that like Melissa Villasenor also used it the other day. All right. You guys get out of like take the charcuterie board with you.
No,
All right.
don't.
Here we
It's
go.
our turn.
All right, Rafe and King Scott.
That plate.
Here is what's going on. How many bands, and we're going to start with Rafe.
Okay.
How many bands do you think that Moon can guess that the Point plays? Like the Point in its regular rotation, you know, core bands that we play. Bands like Deftones or Cranberries or...
6.
All right. You think that he can get 6 bands? He knows 6 bands. Okay, in 10 seconds. How many can Rizz guess? King
Easily
Scott?
7.
Easily 7. Yeah. 7 bands in 10 seconds. Rafe, do you think Moon can do 8 bands in 10 seconds that the Point plays? 8?
This is tough because despite being a musician, I don't know that he knows. He's surprised me before in being illiterate in this area.
Okay.
But I think Rizz can name 7, and I do think Moon can get to 8.
You think he can get to 8?
Is that what you bid, 7?
Yep.
Yes,
So
it's 7.
I think Moon can get to 8.
Moon can get to 8?
Rizz can get to 9.
Ooh, boy.
Do it, bitch.
Do it, bitch. Okay, so now
Nice.
we got Rizz doing 9. Okay, go ahead and
Birthday boy.
bring them back in. This is going to be big. All right.
Man. Wow.
Good stuff.
Sounded like some negotiations.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
good.
Oh, sorry, man.
We were eating food too, so we apologize. I took most of the time.
Whew, man, I got the bubble guts.
Yeah, well, that's no good because you're up.
Oh, no!
All right, Rizz.
Timer ready, dude.
Timer's ready.
Rizz, you need to name 9.
9. 9.
You need to name 9 bands that the Point plays in 10 seconds. Go.
Green Day, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Seether, Shinedown, Tool, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica.
Bitch.
Boom.
Did he say
Nailed
Shinedown
it.
twice?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't hear it twice.
Nailed
And
it.
I said 10 anyway. So.
Absolutely nailed it. 1-1 right now, guys. 1-1.
That was beautiful, man.
Could you
All
have
right.
done 10?
That was well done.
Wow.
Could you have done 10?
Oh, yeah. 10? Easy.
I don't know that you could have.
Dude, I can do
It's
the
a big-
name.
It's hard to do 9
Yeah.
things in 10 seconds of anything, in my opinion. Go out in the hall, guys.
Honestly, you just could have gone through like
Good
Point
job,
Fest.
Rizz.
Stay here.
Point Fest
We can hear
headliners.
it. It'll
Thank
be
you,
easier
guys.
to answer.
1-1 right now. We're in the third round.
But that was good. I mean, that was like pocket for both of you
Thank you,
guys. That was
Scott.
good, both of you.
That was great, Scott. Thank you.
I wouldn't have pushed into the 11s or 12s.
We're going to start with you.
Okay.
All right, Moon. How many weapons do you think that Rafe can name in 10 seconds? Weapons. Can be any weapon.
Now, types of guns. Could he name like 38, 9mm?
Sure.
You can go down one. You can go down one aisle if you want, or you can go a plethora.
How many weapons?
in 10 seconds.
He talks a big game about the Southern Illinois thing, but I don't know. I don't know if
They
we're
used a
talking about
belt a
Shawnee.
lot down there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know
So
if he's
if-
like a
if he
Shawnee
says-
National Forest sort of
Right.
feller.
So if he
or,
says a belt, is that a weapon?
It is.
Hand, is that a weapon?
But I'll stipulate no body.
at the end of the correct arm, yes, it can be a weapon.
Sure, but
Yeah, these are registered
I'm talking
weapons.
about from the not of the body,
These
an
fists.
external weapon.
I'm going to say 7.
Okay.
Do it, bitch.
Yeah!
7.
Yeah!
Okay.
Challenge my team, will you? You have no faith in Scott, do you?
No, that's not it.
All right. Welcome back, guys. How are we feeling? Are we good?
Everything's good.
Hey.
All right. Rafe, you're up.
I had a feeling.
Why'd you look at me?
I
I'm
saw the
scared.
joy on his face.
Okay.
Whose face? Mine?
And I have to say this. This is just body cannot be used for this next topic. So don't think body.
Body cannot be used.
Right.
Oh, that's
I love
weird,
when there's
putting
a
something in his
caveat
face.
on
Yeah.
Oh, well, there has to be
Putting
with this
something in
group.
his-
There does, and we need to stipulate that.
Caveat.
Body
Hey,
cannot be used.
Hey, just don't even count. Just blaze through. You
Learn,
go
and
past.
good on you,
7.
by the way,
Why?
for throwing that out there.
Okay. You are going to be
As the
giving
former host
us
of this game,
7,
7.
and 10. I need you to tell me 7 weapons in 10 seconds.
Knife, gun, nunchucks, katana, bow staff, size, throwing stars. Bitch.
Got
7.
Wow.
And
Got
the
it.
crazy thing is, you could have gone machine gun, Beretta.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I thought guys only
Pistol.
get away with gun
no,
once.
and you,
Pistol,
dude,
44.
You
that
did
was-
it, buddy.
That was
Wow.
great.
Got it.
That was
Very
great.
good, Rafe. That was excellent.
Thank you.
Good showing today.
You've done
You did it,
good.
buddy.
Very
Excellent
good.
job. Excellent.
All right.
And you threw out some
Riz and
tough
Moon, get the hell out of here.
Okay, go.
Go get your birthday shots early,
He,
baby.
he gets extra credit for those the tough ones there.
Yeah, those were good, you guys. I'm impressed.
I'm coming.
Gorgeous brains on this show.
Yes.
Very impressive. All
Ooh, that felt good. I just felt it.
I just fist bumped them.
right. There they go.
I was seeing a mace in my head and couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
It was
say
almost
mason?
threw me off.
They're good. All right, those two guys out there. I want to know, and we'll start with King Scott. I want to know how many mental disorders do you think that Rizz could name off in 10 seconds? Mental disorders.
Easily. I know it sounds crazy, but I think he could easily get 3.
3 mental disorders.
Easily
Okay.
3. Can you do a little defining
Yeah,
mental
yeah.
disorders?
That's
Okay, yeah. So anything with post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, anxiety could be a disorder.
Will we accept bonkers?
Variations?
What?
Bonkers.
Bonkers? No.
Crazy. It has to be
It
medical.
has to be kind of of a medical jargon. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's tons out there, but not they're not
Borderline
commonplace.
personality.
Yes,
These types of
absolutely.
things.
Schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah,
I think Moon
schizophrenia.
can do 4.
Okay. Man. Mental disorders.
I think he can too. That's the problem.
You think he can do 5?
I think Moon has 4.
I think Riz can do 5.
You think Riz can do 5? And this is kind of a weird one because
a tough
Dude, this
man.
is the one that you're going to get through 3 and you're going to just go blank on.
yeah.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
But I don't know, dude. I mean,
We're doing.
Rizz is he's good under pressure.
He knows a lot about psychology.
Does he?
You know, yeah.
Does he?
I've
He
talked
read
to
a
him.
book once.
He read a book once.
Anthony Bourdain's. I know that.
Yeah.
Where are
keep
we
it
at, 5?
confidential.
Yeah.
Can you do 5? Can
Do
you?
it, bitch.
We're doing 5. Riz doing 5.
I guess so.
Because I don't think you'll go 7.
All right, let's.
And I don't know if Moon can do 6.
All right, let's.
And I
bring,
don't think you'd go 7, would you?
let's bring him
I don't
back
know.
in. Here we
Yeah.
go.
I don't think you would have. Let's bring him in.
Man, I can't.
Can you even?
I can't say everything.
Were you guys reading our lips?
No, but I can't say everything that I said out in the radio, out in the hallway, because it's not allowed on the radio. But one of them was, man, this must be a big number.
Well, you guys are up 2-1.
You'll see.
You're up.
Oh, come on,
Birthday
Scott.
guys, having a good day.
Birthday boy.
Come on,
Hey,
Scott.
Riz,
Yeah.
you're going to need to name 5 and 10.
Okay.
I need you to tell me 5 mental disorders.
Bipolar, Munchausen's disorder, depression, why, Scott? I knew it!
All right, that's a point for...
That's a win.
You're talking about a guy with no empathy.
That's a game.
Go that
That's
high.
the game.
Third one.
That's the game.
Wow,
the game.
Where's the gun? Give me the gun.
Well,
Sorry.
All right, guys.
We call that. Was that a sweep? No, you guys got one.
Yeah, we got
I got one.
They
I
got
thought we
two.
were at it. I thought this was the third.
We
Well,
had 2.
well done scoring our points.
We had 2.
Thank you. That was tough.
It's 2-2.
That last one was
they
tough.
win.
I had 2 here. Who
No,
won?
Rafe got 2.
Cocktails
Rafe got 2.
got 1.
And then we just...
And we got the bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
And
lost.
we-
And then Rafe got weapons. And then...
Yeah, we just lost.
And we just lost. Okay.
It's over.
Way to go.
Oh, sweet.
Way to go. There has to be a winner and
Sorry.
loser.
This one's my fault.
Happy
No, it's not.
birthday.
To
Happy
ya.
birthday.
Way to go.
All right. Well,
I mean,
Bitch. Yeah.
mental disorders,
it's a big one.
that's a big one.
You know what? Honestly, I had faith in you because we talk about so much mental disorder on this show.
We know
I
you.
don't pay attention to that stuff.
You read that book,
Anxiety,
Bourdain's, and so I thought for sure.
you know, bipolar,
I said
schizophrenia.
bipolar. Okay,
Plural.
Listen,
All right.
That's
we'll do
2.
the shots after the break. We got to take a break.
Oh.
Let's take a break.
9:08.
Can we take it next week?
It's 9:08. Learn, hit the thing.
Him's mad.
At me.
All
look
right,
at her,
we're
he's
gonna
not
take a
looking at
break.
me.
I'll take a break.
Take a break. We're going to come back.
Come
We're going to
back,
get shot.
We'll get shot.
Riz is getting shot on his birthday, and so am I, and so is King Scott.
We'll do the shots, and then
You had a choice.
I apologize.
You could
Looking-
have played against me, and you had a choice, and you sent me out in the hallway with him. Now you're going to pay for it.
fine. I blew it. I blew it the last one.
The time is 9:09, and the butts are hurt. And here's
are hurt.
Moon coming at you with your traffic.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway.
Drown my
IndyCar,
sorrows and cheese.
IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. You were just outdone. Just every direction. Just outdone.
on,
What you
man.
mean? Hey, it all plays a part, and you failed. You know what?
Thank you.
Lane
Leonard.
block due to a crash 270 southbound at St. Charles Rock Road. We also have a lane block due to a crash 270 southbound just after Olive. Your point forecast today, breezy and partly cloudy, high of 87, low of 65. Right now it is 73 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, so 3 of us have to be shot with the airsoft gun.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no, 3 of you get to be shot with the
Well, since it's your
airsoft
birthday, I
gun.
think it'd be only right for us to. Ray, for Moon, would you want to take a shot? It's his birthday.
For
That's
Riz,
nice of you,
we all
Scott.
take a shot for you.
No,
for
I'm
your
going to do
birthday?
it.
No, I
Are
think
you
you
gonna
get.
do it?
I think you get an extra one for even suggesting
Well,
such,
I was trying to be nice.
such
and you guys-
idiocy.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, let's line up, lady and gentlemen.
All right.
But first, let's go to a commercial break.
I was,
No.
I was up in the PA booth with you, man, yesterday during the Cardinals
I've
game.
never been up there. How
Have
cool
you
is
not?
that?
Oh,
No.
you'll have to go up there next time. Well, he it is really cool, and I've sitting up there with him while he's doing his thing, and he goes, he's asking about the show, how's it going, and everything, and I'm telling him, he goes, I don't like that you're getting shot with a gun so much. And I'm like, yeah, me too, John. He goes, does it hurt? And I'm like, yes, it does, John. He was
Tell him
very
he can come in
curious.
anytime. We'll
shoot him.
let
Hey,
him
Learn, do what I'm doing.
We'll
I'm
let him
putting almonds
taste
in
the
my
plastic.
pockets.
Yeah.
Taste some of this plastic.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, you got it? You need a hand.
I'm just making sure we got to preload these.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, that's fine.
We always do another time.
Do you usually go live on Instagram when we do this?
You can if you want. Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Oh, I didn't know.
I usually just
We had
take
like
a video
8
and I
minutes
post
to
a video,
figure this
but
out, but we were all
live's
stuffing our
fine,
faces
too.
with salami.
Listen, it was all figured out, and then I went to
I'm ready.
Went to go double check.
Well, he's getting the gun ready.
Come on, man. Quartermaster.
You want to take a belt off? We could do this the Southern Illinois way.
That's
or-
right. I'll teach you. You want to
man.
wrestle for your birthday?
I got the belt so much as a kid, and it was so awful. And I'm just hoping to God that nobody's doing that to their kids anymore.
Me too.
And I love my parents. I mean,
Well, I've never done that to my kids.
I think that's good. It's the right way.
It's all airsoft gun in my house.
I think we're
Don't
good to
use the
go
gun.
here,
All right,
buddy.
good to go. Let's just do this. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Are we on?
Is this thing on? Yeah.
We're on. Can you just shoot me first if that's my only...
No, you get nothing.
Oh, come on.
Did you get a birthday wish of being shot first? Is that a choice?
I don't know.
Hey, first of all, Scott's half a football field away.
Well, there's three
Shoulder
of
to
us.
shoulder, boys.
I'm
and
asking
girls.
you to shoot me
Give me my
first.
thing.
Who do I get one?
Oh.
Lift up, lift up your shirt there, Rizz.
Ow! I hate it already. I hate it already.
Ready. Okay.
Ready?
Okay. Ah, God. Ow.
Oh,
Damn
no.
it.
Oh, no.
We got an empty chamber. We got an empty chamber.
This is the Lord's work.
Here it is.
Stay of execution.
Look out! You're gonna
Oh,
stop
man.
over to the right.
It hurts especially bad today.
Oh, man.
All right, and filming.
Oh, God.
Hang on.
Oh, man.
You know, for a guy that claims to take no joy in shooting people, he sure doesn't share the gun very
Your
well.
face, Moon.
He doesn't. You went.
I hate your little smiling
for the
face.
pocket. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
That hurt.
Me
hurt
too.
a lot
That
more
build up
today.
too of all the misfires is the worst.
Yeah, I apologize.
Owie.
I'm so sorry. I'm that good.
I need a
God, you
tub
got
of
me
water to
good.
stick
Right
that
on
in.
People are always like, what does it feel like? It feels like a really, really bad burning. Like really bad.
Starting to finally dissipate.
And it dissipates, but like when you go on the inside of the crack, like
Oh, you
towards-
went inside crack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just
And-
dissipated myself.
In a weird way, you feel it in your lungs. Like in the next
yeah.
couple breaths, you're just kind of like your body's telling you you've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm over 100 in my heart rate right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
102. Let's go.
Dang.
I'll do that. All right, we got to take a break.
Wow.
We'll come back with some of your emails. Ooh, man. Woo.
That was a good one.
Woo.
You didn't have to turn the power up on that. That's not fair.
I feel like I got two
Yeah.
questions right, and I got 0 shots fired. I feel a little cheated out of that.
Oh, you want to shoot somebody?
Next time.
got
Next
one
time
that
I'm
hasn't-
shooting.
All right.
I've only got to shoot one person.
Moon's not a sheriff.
Poor Moon or poor Lern.
Jeff did it for like 7 years. I thought we were,
You're a score shot. You're a good shot. You're a good shot.
if you want the guilt of being the executioner,
They didn't seem like you're grappling with guilt too hard.
do you think you
You didn't,
deserve
try
it?
to hand
Now?
that. You didn't even try to hand it to me.
Everybody who loves my scream,
You took a
you're
knee.
sadists.
All right,
Took a knee like
924.
the old plastic army guy immediately.
924 Thursday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. Everything's looking pretty clear. Let's try to keep it that
Salami
way.
will make this feel better.
That's right. You gonna eat it or just put it on it? Your point
Like a
forecast:
steak on a black eye.
breezy and partly cloudy. High of 87, low of 65. Right now it is 72 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Arbiter of taste. He's a radio personality, a farmer. He owns many ducks. And you should see this guy throw out a first pitch. And he even saved a kid's life from one of those moving walkways. Whoa, this guy's a real hero. I saved a squirrel once, but he tried eating my nuts, so I killed him with my bare hands. You're weird, man. Anyway, let's just do what we rehearsed, guys. Happy birthday to you. Well, enjoy your birthday, my friend. And Moon, thoughts and prayers to your brother.
Oh,
love you guys.
That's sweet.
Keep on rocking.
Oh,
Wow, man, that's
Nice.
amazing. Matthew
All those
Cage,
guys.
McConaughey, Cage walking.
Oh, my
I
God.
tell you,
You know what that is? It's like one of those pins from the 90s where it had the different colored inks and you like click it to get it to become a different color. That's what that person is. I don't even know who that is.
He's incredible.
Matthew McConaughey, Christopher Walken,
He's incredible.
and Nicolas Cage. That's who it
He's
was.
also incredible.
Hollywood
Jeez.
superstars.
I had no idea that they,
Well,
That they hang out
yeah.
all the time.
all the time. They
I'd
live
call
together,
you.
actually.
Yes.
They sleep in one room. Nicolas Cage and Walken sleep in bunk beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, now give credit where credit is due. Matthew McConaughey is the one that told the other two about the show.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
got them
yeah.
listening.
Which is
they
really
were late
cool.
to the
It's
game.
Matthew's house.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage was hesitant actually to listen to a new show, but he's on.
Well, they've been working on a film together for over 10 years, but they just can't corral all three of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they take turns being crazy. They
Well-
can't get Matthew's shirt on him, and then when they get the shirt on Matthew, Watkins wandered off into the forest.
Where's Walken?
They're true weirdos, man.
Well, I do want to thank everybody for the well wishes, the birthday wishes.
Happy birthday.
Y'all are so kind. Thank you guys in studio here for wearing your Happy Birthday Rizz t-shirts. Hopefully we'll see everybody tomorrow over at St. Louis Music Park from a birthday bash.
I'm ready to party.
Yeah, me too. Thanks to Carly and the Lou Charcuterie.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
The charcuterie board. Today's Pappy's Recappy.
Is brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, St. Peter's. It's your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Boy, do we have a great show today, and I just can't get it out of my head that my butt did not get shot. Woo-hoo, spoiler alert, but you got to check out the game. Check it out on the socials as well, at RIZZ Show. You want to check out everything that we covered on the show today, basically like a notes page of everything that we do. It's up there on the blog for you, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz, Rizz News, crap on celebrity sports, everything. And the podcast, of course, is available on all podcast directories, wherever you get it. Just go check it out and hit those little 3 dots and share it with a friend or your grandmother today. The title is A Lot of News About Holes.
Okay. Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thank you. Hey, Moon's got a blood drive. Sheet Metal Workers Local 36 today from 2 to 6.
That's right, down on Chodo. We would love for you to make an appointment, but that's not necessary. You can just drop in 2 to 6 down at the Sheet Metal Workers Smart Local 36 down on Chodo. It's happening from 2 to 6. The points, the point table and swag and all that will be down there starting at 3 o'clock, giving out all sorts of stuff. You Rizz Show stickers. I know a lot of people have been trying to get their hands on that. Hey, come down and get some stickers, and while you're at it, give some
Donate
blood. That'd be great.
All right, Rafe, anything else?
I don't think so, man. New episode of the Number 2 Show will be out today on YouTube. Check it out.
Learn?
No.
Moon.
I know it's your birthday show tomorrow, but if anybody is not planning on coming to the birthday show, especially if you're near the Baldwin area, we got a free show. Teenage Dirtbags is doing a 3-hour set, 2 hours of alternative 90s, and then an hour of 90s country hits. It's a free show. We started at 7. There's big fireworks and all that. So if you're looking for that and you can't make it, maybe you can't get a babysitter for the big birthday bash, bring the kids. It's a big family thing. Free show. Baldwin Days down in Baldwin.
Scott.
Yeah, make sure to follow me on all the socials, King Scott Rules, because I got some fun stuff coming up here.
All right. We leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shots. Mickey Garcia from St. Louis. Thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome to the team, and here is your song. We'll see you tomorrow. Done and X. Bye.
Hey, folks, Chris Kerber here. You're listening.